Hello, internet friends, and welcome back to Quests and Cthulhu from all of our respective moms' basements. We are so glad you're here with us tonight. I'm just glad to be talking to an actual person that isn't poor Rachel, who has to put up with the fact that I speak all the time and she gets tired of it, as most people do. So it is wonderful to be back with everybody here. I look forward to this all week to sort of get my sanity going. How's everybody doing? Let's check in real quick. I hope that the apocalypse is treating you well.
As well as an apocalypse can possibly treat you. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. I'm only up 2 pounds of my quarantine 15. Got a lot of work to do. A lot of work.
Those are rookie numbers. Get those numbers up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have a scale. That's
and I'm conserving my sanity.
She says it's a wide-eyed look.
You're gonna need it tonight.
Yeah. So we, as always, are brought to you by our good friends at Gordon Biersch, who I'm given to understand disembodied beer. If only we had green screen Thomas's handout, so this beer just was floating there.
Yeah.
We appreciate their sponsorship so much. I want to give a shout out once again to Birds of Paradise, who are awesome. Several of the players here have Birds of Paradise dice they're using. You can find their stuff in the chat there. Go check out their dice. They are amazing, and new designs coming. I'm very excited about that. I'm not a big dice head, but I really like the Birds of Paradise stuff. There's even talk of a parrot shark dice.
Nice. Sign us up.
Yeah,
right. Nice.
Just on general principles. Nord Games, also an awesome sponsor. This, folks, right now, you hear this about everything. You hear this about restaurants. You hear this about everything. Right now, everybody in the game world is struggling because game companies, this may come to shock you to learn, but other than Wizards of the Coast, game companies are very small and usually run by less than 100 people. And so these are the kind of companies that are being the most hit by being sent home and not having anything going out. So if you can find a way to support your friendly local game store, many of them are doing GoFundMes. My local game store, D20, is doing mystery grab bags where for $60 you get a game, you get $80 worth of mystery games, and you don't know what they're going to be. As I told Ben, the guy who runs it, I said, I'll buy one for someone else because I probably already own the games that are in there, so I don't. But find ways to support the small people around you that are doing cool things in gaming, because they're the folks who are struggling. If you're able, this is a great time to up your Patreons to places. This is a great time to support those artists that do cool, whether it's drawings, whether it's dice, whether it's whatever. This is a great time to support them because they need it, and we want them to keep doing cool stuff, to keep having the ability to do that. So one other announcement we have, our schedule for next week is super exciting because Monday the chaos hits the fan.
They're back?
Actually, the Emma hits the fan, really. Because on Monday, we have the Emitten. The Emitten. I'm still workshopping.
I like a mitten.
We have a mitten happening on Monday, GM'd by the one person that you would not want to have staring at you across a GM screen, our very own Emma. D. Emma.
News, guys. So both Julie and Tiana are playing with me. I'm going to have to test run it tomorrow because so far I've made it a deadly encounter for 4 10th level characters. So I might have to just, I don't know, scale it back a little bit. I might have to think I'm England. Just scale it back. We're not going to the moon. Scale it back.
Kill them all.
I mean, it is a mitten. The whole point is to try and kill off your PCs.
Yeah. I mean,
true.
Sure.
Fairly, right? You have to be fair about it.
Not
right?
necessarily.
6 pages
within
of
3 hours.
Graphic backstory, but kill them. Kill them all. Actually, kill the ones with backstory first. That's
okay.
Well,
So
just as
Monday-
well that I'm playing someone that I don't have to make a backstory for.
So Monday, it's the Emitten. Somebody in chat called it a Mit-Im, which is better. The Mit-Im. That is. Tuesday, the Chaos Agents are back.
What?
I'm so excited. It's been so long.
And just like we are still coming to terms, this will be a whole new group of people who's learning how to do all this over Zoom. So please bear with us as we figure out all the technical stuff with a whole new group of people. Thomas and Amy are, they now have 3 jobs basically, and this is 2 of them. And the work that they've done to keep this channel running and to keep us all going is huge. And I can't say enough about the work that Thomas and Amy have done.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Thomas is off screen. He's playing Switch right now. So,
Yeah. Actually, he's now embodied Mitch McTortle, a fan favorite.
One of my
Yes!
favorites.
No. Oh,
People I
no.
work with are like, "Is that your husband that's playing the turtle?" I was like,
So yeah, Monday the Mitten, Tuesday the Chaos Agents, Saturday we're back here for Call of Cthulhu, and I've
Saltmarsh.
heard what now?
We're finishing Saltmarsh.
Oh, on Wednesday or what?
Yeah, Wednesday.
This
Final
Wednesday
D2.
decided?
Yes.
So this Wednesday,
Right.
we're,
Yeah, that's right.
Look.
No, it is Wednesday because we need to send Nick an email reminder that when Wednesday actually is.
Yeah, because I don't know days
I'm
anymore.
losing days.
That's
I
right.
understand.
We're doing the
just to be
squatting
clear,
plan, right?
We're
Yes.
calling this the end of Saltmarsh, but I'm guessing Saltmarsh will never end. It's just going to
No.
be Amy and Nick talking about breakfast for another,
And bacon.
I mean,
Bacon
bacon wings are
baskets.
magic, so I get it.
Wasn't this originally a trilogy?
Yes,
Yeah.
originally, and then coronavirus.
So what is this, an octology now?
This will
What's
be
10?
this will
A
be episode number 9.
A nonology?
Is it not?
Not yeah.
Wow.
It would have been 9 if we'd played last Wednesday or Wednesday. This
Okay.
All
Wednesday.
right. So Wednesday that finishes, and then just as a teaser, coming up, I might be coming close to playing 5th edition D&D.
No way.
Warren, I said it on stream, and I'm a man of my word. I said if Warren is running anything, I'm in. And Warren is going to go back to the Carbon 2185 world, and I'm playing. I'm going to be there because I want to play any game Warren's running. I came close. If it weren't a Mitten, I would have played a game Amy was running. But they're just so against everything I believe in.
Oh, just wait. I have something that's terrible in my brain.
I'm so excited.
That's Thomas.
Let it out.
Exactly. Well, come here, hon.
I thought this was common knowledge.
Yeah.
Wildmount.
There's McTortle.
Ooh, I want Wild Mount.
So Carbon 2185 starts on Mondays, April 6th.
There we go. So
So
I will
put
be,
that in your calendar that nobody pays attention to.
I mean, the other funny thing is it's actually easier for me to play something this way because I don't have to go all the way down to an undisclosed location far away from me.
I have no
Mhm.
idea
Play.
what you're talking about.
So I'm much more likely to play that way. Yeah, that is a look at what we have coming ahead. On Monday, we'll be giving away Libris Arcana dice. So during the Mit-Im, somebody's going to win some Libris Arcana dice. And this game, we actually have another YouTube giveaway. And normally I say I'm going to sandbag, you'll find out what it is at the end, but I'm just going to lead with all you have to do to enter this giveaway. So all you have to do to enter this giveaway is go to our YouTube for this episode and enter in the donate link for your local food bank. I will donate $10 to every
What?
food bank that is posted there. And you will be entered to win. My friend Steph Hodge is an amazing photographer, and she does these. This is a terrible idea to hold this up, but she does these amazing gaming calendars. And
Closer.
so she creates pictures of. She arranges board game pieces to create images and does them, and she does a whole calendar of them. And I will be one person who posts the link to their local food bank. I will be sending one of Steph's calendars to you. It's only a 12-month calendar, so you're living on borrowed time. But I think they're cheaper now, so it makes the giveaway even better. But I will be donating to every food bank that is posted on there. So hurt me in the pocketbook, list lots of food banks, because that's another area that we cannot give enough to. All right, that is enough of me. Sorry, one final last thing. I didn't put it in my notes, but we will be doing a Q&A next episode. So next week, at the end of the episode, we'll end at 9:30, and then we're going to have an after show that's going to be a Q&A with all of us here. You can put your questions on the Discord. There's actually a channel in the Discord for Q&A questions, or you can also, we'll take some out of the chat as well as we're doing it. So stick around with us for a little bit after we do stuff, and we'll answer your questions. Ask the players why they do the things they do, because I'd love to know, actually. And it actually sounds better if you ask them that instead of I ask them that.
Really, Ezra just wants to know. He really just wants to know.
That's right. My only question for the Q&A is why.
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, that's right. That's a great question for a Q&A. It'll be a call of Q&A. I don't know, a call of questions.
Don't make them that general, I would say. It's too open and like that. It's like, oh, where do we start?
So last episode, I think things really went well. You almost got eaten by crocodiles. Several of you got pretty injured in a fight on a boat. You went to El Wasta. Well, actually, you tried to go to El Wasta to visit a pyramid and turned immediately around to go back.
No. We got to El Wasta. It's Medoon. Medoon.
Oh, right. Sorry, you were going to Medoon. That's right. You were going to Medoon to go to the pyramid that all the awful things had happened at.
And that wasn't my fault.
A good thing you didn't end up there, honestly, but you never know. One thing that was clear was that whatever these horrible things were, they were going for the book. They were drawn to Al-Azif.
Right.
And the headdress, I believe, told, which we'll get to in a minute. The headdress told Silvano that the book is essentially a beacon that tells everything, hey, here we are, come eat us. You went to the hospital. Professor Lamb was in terrible shape. I have to go back. You guys have 4 inspiration, by the way. And I have 4 inspiration. I'll make a note of that. And the reason I say that is that you now have 5 inspiration, and I now have 5 inspiration, thanks to Slithytov, who may or may not be another person that might show up on camera here at some point. Slithytov, of course, makes all of our really great props. He made the sword, the capstone, all of that neat stuff. So Slithytov, we really appreciate that. And Tamago Tora has 500 for whoever has the lowest sanity. So one of you, I mean,
I have a good guess. I have a really good guess.
We can all just agree. The dagger lady gets
Did we also get Lucifer Vilchek's? Because we need some inspiration.
I have not seen Lucifer Vilchek here.
If anyone has lower than 25, I will be shocked.
Oh, Rachel is coming to here.
Check your chat.
Behind the scenes.
We now have like 5 moderators. There's the Hef, there's the Baroness.
So you have 7, I have 5. That is my account.
That feels good.
For Vilchek, thank you for your doing that. And I also want to acknowledge this is a rare and beautiful moment where both the good moderator and the evil moderator are in chat. So we have balance. We are highly moderated. Hef, Baroness, great to virtually see you both. And because the Baroness is here, we're going to have to, the G.I. Joe moment, we'll get it out of the way super fast. Every episode of G.I. Joe has been released to YouTube. So you can now go to YouTube and watch the 80s Hasbro craziness. Look up, we talked about it a while ago, look up the episode where the animal companions of G.I. Joe form their own team. It's bonkers.
I am so looking forward to this.
What's the title?
Yeah,
is
what's the
hilarious.
title?
Uh,
I need
I
for
don't-
homework assignment.
You know what? There's a thing called Google. If you just type G.I. Joe Animal Team, you'll find it.
Animal Team. Or it could
time to do
be
that right now.
something on Pornhub. I don't know.
Put your safe search on.
Yeah, you're Googling wrong.
Oh,
I'm Googling, right.
I think you need to add the G.I. Joe. If you just Google Animal Team, then bad things
That
happen.
could also be worse.
When animals attack.
When you know, much like Bloody Mary, you say the hef and things happen. The hef has 1,000 inspiration for the players, so you're up to 9.
Thank you.
500 inspiration
Fantastic.
for me, so I'm up to 6. We're not actually going to play tonight. I'm just going to sit here and do the play-by-play of what's going on.
No, this is for when Nitocris comes flying out of the sword and
Oh, shh.
I'm sorry, what? Nobody.
What?
It was in the summary. It's not like he's forgotten.
So yes, that's the other thing is that we last episode the headdress gave you the 2-day deadline basically, and those 2 days, technically today is the end of the second day. So at some point, Chekhov's Nitocris says that Nitocris will be popping up.
So is it more like Schrodinger's Nitocris?
no.
No, she's very real. She will be there.
What if she pops out in a different reality, though, in a different universe?
Ooh,
How do we
Right.
do that? How do we just shunt her into another reality? Quick,
There you go.
headdress.
There
The
you go.
headdress might have some
Oh,
ideas.
You know what? How does the sword drink the space mead? Sorry.
Or Nitocris. Nitocris. We just hand her some space meat and say, here
We
you
were
go.
able to bring the headdress into the dream world.
No, the headdress couldn't go.
No,
Yeah,
remember, but it showed
It
up.
showed up, and it was very
Yeah.
surprised.
It was confused that it was there. So somehow,
Yep.
just
There was
recreate that.
something we
It's all on you, Joan.
No pressure.
So yeah, we ended last episode in the hospital. Joan was being healed through what the headdress taught Silvano was called the ritual of transference. And the idea was that Joan's horrible wounds, fatal wounds, let's be honest, would be transferred to the staves that she carried and drain some of the power from those staves. It may shock you to learn that something went a little wrong, and somehow the staves got transferred into Joan. She now has tattoos of the staves across her torso. Silvano, partly keeping his bargain, also partly, I think, tired of all this nonsense, flung the headdress of eyes onto Joan's head. And Joan, was this you or Slithy Toad that made this one?
I actually
Sorry,
put
that's
this one
you.
together.
So this is a homegrown headdress of eyes, and it does, as soon as the headdress of eyes touches Joan's head, it does change appearance. On Silvano's head, it looked kind of plain and unadorned, mainly because it was covered up so much. On Joan's head, there's a distinctly more sinister look to the whole thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know what? I think the peacock dress would go really nice with the eye in the middle
Up
right
in
now.
flames.
So setting the scene, in the hospital room are Yusef, Emma, and Joan. We also have Silvano, who just walked out of the room. And we have Tiana, Alexandra, who is outside of the hospital, and she noticed that one of the ne'er-do-wells that was following them after Yusef did a great job of shopping at the bazaar and not at all, announcing what they were doing, was outside the hotel casing the place. And when he noticed her, he fled. And so you have, we're sort of in different places. I'm going to do one more inspiration, and then we're going to get started playing, because JD Matthews 85, I have to say the D now, it's canon. J Matthews 85 gives 1,000 bits to me because, quote, keepers need love. I believe that's a Samantha Fox song. That joke ages me. And 500 bits to the headdress itself,
Ooh.
which I'm going to put over here in a third column.
Yeah,
And
because that's you control that.
either
Interesting.
you
Yeah.
or I can use that.
Interesting.
But you and I, well, yeah. All right. So the headdress has one. It's only going to use it to take you over. Although I'm guessing it won't have to do that much. So we closed the headdress in your head. You heard, "I've been waiting to meet you."
And I've been waiting to meet you too. I've only heard of you from the others.
We are going to do great things together. First,
I'm so excited.
I don't know if they've mentioned it, but I can see the future.
Ooh. All right then.
And
Tell me.
you need to get that book.
I need to get the book, or we need to get it out of here?
Well, if you have it, I can try and mask it.
Ooh. Okay.
But Kafur knows. I've seen the future. He's coming for it.
All right.
You
So
tell the kid to give you the book so that I can mask it from him and keep it, and I don't think this is right, or you need to give it back.
you guys can see me vigorously shaking my head, basically just.
Oh, and we need to go to China.
We'll have to talk about that. Let me get the book thing first. So, guys, the book,
So
Yosef.
Joan sits up, sits up. You can see the tattoo, sort of from the top of the hospital gown, and she's immediately like a ball of energy.
And Yosef, that book is a beacon. It's the headdress is telling me things are coming after us, and they know it's gone. So we have to hide it. And how we can hide it is the headdress knows how to do that. So if you give me the book, we can hide it. Yeah, give me the book, then we can hide it. It can mask it. And so you can still read it, but I need to have it on my person, so the headdress can deal with it.
I don't know about that. You've got the staves, the headdress.
That's not
and you
my
want
fault.
The Necronomicon too?
I want it to be able to, so things can't come after us. Okay, come on. We've already seen that bad things. Come on. I just got eaten up. Bad things are after us. We need to make sure that book is not detectable.
Bad things have been after us for every single moment I joined this group.
And how long have we had the book?
Only half of that time.
Yeah, well.
Probably less. The
But
bad
so
things are not
that's-
going to stop.
Well, if they can at least not find us as easily if we don't have this beacon shining for everyone to see. Come on.
No one will see it if we keep it hidden.
No.
Hidden.
It is shining out its energy. Remember how I was talking about the staves being battery energy? That thing has energy. It's sending it out. Things can see us. They know where we are.
It's a book. It's not a magical battery of any sort. It doesn't suck or deliver power.
Well,
it's
wait.
words on a page.
You've been sitting that and reading it, and you're saying it's not powerful?
It's knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
So Yusef and Silvano, I have a quick question. How
Silvano is
did
not there.
what?
Well, I was also last session. I thought I took Yosef with me. So am I waiting outside the door for Yosef to come along? Because I want to go over the notes.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just Yosef. So it's
So
just
if you, so I'm waiting outside. If you want to call me back in.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I can call. But my question and then I grab Silvano and bring him in. So how is Kafur hiding the book? Because you read it and nothing's attacking the library.
The book only puts out a beacon if it's opened.
But you were opening it in the library. So what did you see around you at the library to keep it safe? Because we could potentially keep it safe that way.
I don't think we saw anything obvious.
Wards.
If there was anything in there, but we were also in a pretty secure location in general.
There must have been wards, because that's the headdress is telling me, guys, it's coming for us. Kafur's coming for us.
Were we always in the same reading room?
Yes.
So could be that.
Okay.
But as
And
long
the
as
book
it's
was
not being
always
opened,
put
it
in
shouldn't
the
be
same box.
revealing.
Sorry, and the book was always put in the same box.
We should get that box.
Or you could just give it back to Kafur.
That's another option as well.
Well, that's not the best option because then we won't have what's in it.
Well, do we know any ways to recreate something like the it's not a bookcase, but
Just a box.
The book
yeah,
box.
We should get the box.
Well, give me the book and then maybe I can
Whoa.
make something.
Whoa, you have the headdress.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
says it can help me.
Yeah, it says that.
Yeah.
Here's a crazy idea. With the headdress, can the headdress make more totems to keep us safe?
Yeah, I mean the headdress can be used for that, but they're not going to be as strong because we don't have as many people who can participate in the ritual.
Oh, they'll be plenty strong, Joan. You are now the magical battery that those staves were.
Awesome. No, remember the staves are a magical battery? Guess who's a magical battery now?
Exactly.
It'll require some charging, of course.
Well, yeah, almost all batteries need charging. So I would need to have some time to collect the energy of the universe, right?
You need to be
And
in a
then
different
what?
hotel.
You know what? We should all just leave Joan alone and just be like, okay, you're gonna
There's
stay
going to
here
be
for
the
a couple
hotel,
days.
the backup hotel, and then the Joan hotel.
Exactly. Leave Joan at the hotel.
Oh,
I think Joan Hotel is the name of next week's episode.
Joan Hotel.
So does so the headdress knows how to mask the book? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, tell us.
Tell us how.
Yeah, how?
How?
Well, it told me I
it
needed
can give
it.
you the knowledge. It can absolutely, if
Yeah.
it wants to give you the knowledge, it can give it to you.
So it could just give it to you right now. All you do is just tell it to give it to you, and then you go into like a little
no.
spasmic thing, and then you have
Yeah.
it.
Well,
You
it
want-
told me I needed to have the book, is what it told me.
Yeah, it says that. Yeah, it says that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The headdress told me to burn everything down all the time, and you know what? I only burn 50% of the things down. So
Yeah.
really,
He
But
was
that
a
was your
real
think about what it says.
I think the headdress just enhances our own propensities, right? Now, so
No.
if you burn things, it would have you burn things. For me,
No.
it would have me collect books and
That's
collect the
an
relics.
excellent rationalization, but it's just rationalization. So if you would like to ask the headdress how we can mask the book,
They're not
welcome to do
cooperating,
that.
headdress. Is there another name for you except headdress?
How do you names, labels
Yeah.
are not given to one such as I? I am a god.
All right, head god. What
do not give her the book.
no, what can we do to make us safe then? They won't give me the book. You could heard them. You heard them.
I thought they trusted you.
They don't trust you yet, but we'll show them. We'll show
Look,
them. Just show them.
I
Show
see
them.
the future. Kafur is coming. You can
We know
not-
Kafur is coming. We know that. But then how do we keep it so he can't find us or nothing of those other bad things could find us?
I've told you how.
You just told me I needed to have the book and they're not going to give it to me now. Is
Yes,
there
if
anything else
have
you
the
can tell
book,
me?
I can mask it. My
Oh, because
presence-
you're now, do I have to put you on the book?
No. Ugh. What kind of
Talk to me.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I want to go back to the accountant. Why would you put a headdress on a book?
Why does she want to put the headdress on the book?
To help mask it. That's all I'm saying is the head god is saying that he needs to have the book in my presence because I'm wearing this, and then he would be able to shield it. That's what I was
do you keep
asking.
Gendering me. I transcend gender.
Why do you keep calling it a god?
It's not a god.
Well, because they said they. Does they work for you? Because you got multiple eyes.
They is fine.
They said that they didn't have a name, that they were a god and that transcended name. So that's why I was calling God, the head god. This guy. Thing. They.
So while all this they, him, she, whatever is happening, I'm going to sneak out of the room really quickly and look for a wheelchair because I did hear Joan say Kafur is coming for us.
Sure.
Out loud.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come wheel a wheelchair back.
So you come out of the wheelchair, you come out and it's not a large hospital, and you see Alexandra is like very intently watching the crowd. There's sort of a crowd of people coming by, and she's watching it very intently.
Okay, so I'm downstairs with Alexandra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Alexandra, we gotta go. We got big problems. Joan's the battery. The headdress wants the book. Kafur is coming. Shit is gonna blow up, and I don't want to burn down another hospital. That's 2. Okay, I can only blow up like 1 hospital. Well, actually, you know what? Technically, I could blow up 1 hospital per country, right? So that's fine. This one's fine. Whatever. Moving on.
Also, to add to our list of things that are going sideways very quickly, we're being followed.
I assume as much. Who? Which one?
Do you remember the fellow who was hauling the cart for Yosef?
Yeah, the wheelbarrow of food.
Yeah, him. And I don't know why. And when he spotted me, he ran.
Okay, which means that, somebody else is probably coming for us, and in addition to Kafur. So we need to get everybody out of here and maybe a 3rd hotel.
Hold on. Who has the headdress now?
Oh, I'm sorry. So long story short, blah, 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 wiggle, wiggle. Joan raises off the bed, flops down. She's got all her fingers. Ploop, headdress.
We gave her the headdress.
Well, technically Silvano gave her the headdress. Probably the headdress gave her the headdress is more what I'm feeling. Just knowing the headdress and how annoying it can be.
That seems very likely. Remind me to have words with Silvano later. But the headdress.
Silvano needs to go on a vacation.
We need the Great Dane Society to get back together, and we need to go to a 3rd hotel.
Yes. Okay. But Joan is all right now. She's physically.
Yeah, she's fine. She's talking to the headdress, so obviously crazy things are happening. There's yelling about, I need the book. I'm going to protect the book.
We do not give her the book.
I think we should give Kafur back the book, honestly.
Yes. If we've gotten the information that we can get out of it, having 1 fewer person after us would be really nice right now. But let's go upstairs and argue. We're about to go into an argument.
Yeah.
And
let's get everybody out of here.
All right. Yes, let's go.
So yeah, you guys are back in the room, and there is where are you? So are you just standing like away from the room there, Silvano?
I need to talk to Yosef.
Yeah, so when they leave, there's an awkward silence that you two could easily fill with.
Yosef, we need to do some research. You took the notes on the ritual, right?
Which ritual? Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, well,
I've got 16 pages of notes.
Okay, I can't cast that again, so we have to teach that to you, and I've got some ideas, and something struck me. We need to do research on the Ouroboros.
Ouroboros?
Yeah, the snake devouring itself.
Oh, where does that come from?
I'm not sure exactly, but I've seeing everything that happened with Joan. I just saw everything just come back around. How with the staves and the damage, and now she's whole and the staves are still there. Like it's that return. It's just devouring itself. It's going in a cycle.
Oh,
and
does
then
that.
The ritual of transference. Like it's hard to explain. But I think it could be important.
I've got some notes. I think there's something in chapter 4 that sounds very similar that may be enlightening to us. We should take a look at it.
Okay, wait, chapter 4, what?
Right. Well, chapter 4 is very confusing, but chapter 4 repeats itself at the beginning and the end of the chapter, and thus demonstrates the cycle.
Oh, I was thinking the library.
Oh, I suppose that would work too. Not as informative, but
we should be very careful about where the circumstances in which we open that book.
Well,
and potentially limit them to never.
We've opened it many, many times in the past, and then all of a sudden, in the last 2 hours, we're being told not to.
Well, this is the first time that we opened it outside of the reading room. We got some attention, as you recall.
Well, I opened it in the hotel, and pretty much any chance I got, I was reading it.
Then the hotel must be safe. Let's go there.
I love the correlation causation there.
But I'd like to go to a library. I mean, if you want to research it, have someone around you with a gun or something.
Oh no, not that. No guns.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, yeah. Let's teach you this ritual.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so you two are just gonna head off to a library. Is that?
Ooh. I'm sure the others will take care of Joan, and we need to keep the book.
Are you going to tell me that you're leaving, or are you guys going to just take off after being outside?
We should probably tell Joan where we're going. I'll go tell Joan.
Okay.
Go back in the room.
Here, hand the book to me. Don't.
We're going to go to the library, Joan, for a little while. Just Silvano and I to do some research on an issue before it closes.
Library? You know that he's coming after you.
Oh, no, he's at the museum. We're talking the library. Different place.
Yeah, different library.
Silvano, make me a
dice roll.
Yeah. Let's call it an intelligence roll.
I've got a little bit of that. And yeah, regular success.
Hey, remember that cool door thing he could do?
Yeah, I do. We need to be in public areas.
There you go.
Public library. Sounds good.
All right, so you're going to head to the main Cairo library. And
I imagine they pass me and Emma on the way.
Walk out as Emma and Alexandra are rolling a wheelchair into Joan's room.
Where are you two going?
To the library, and we're going to keep the book away from Joan.
Good. But
how are you going to find our third hotel?
We have a third hotel?
We have to meet up we have to meet up at the backup hotel. I assume you're going to get the third hotel and then leave a message. Oh, don't leave a message. Come and get us at the, because we don't need a trail.
We'll just stay at the library until you guys arrive.
Which library is this?
The main Cairo library.
Okay.
There are not a lot of libraries in 1920s Cairo.
I don't know.
Also, just so you two know, we're being followed by more terrestrial things at the moment.
Terrestrial things. What does that mean?
Do you remember the fellow who was hauling the cart for you when you had all of the supplies?
Oh, yes, I remember him.
He was casing the hospital very carefully and ran for the hills when he saw me.
Oh, you must have scared Ollie.
I'm pretty good at that. But people aren't usually scared of me unless they have a reason, unless I've said, I didn't talk to him. He saw me and ran.
Oh.
It was very suspicious. It was very curious. And so try to be as incognito as possible. I do say try because I know you two.
All those wigs are at the bottom of the ocean.
I mean, not the ones that are still in London, but they might as well be on the moon.
Yeah.
So yes, be careful. We'll come and find you at the library as soon as we have another hotel. Keep the book away from Joan, please.
Are there locally? Are there any people that wear with any face coverings? Any style? Okay, we're gonna go shopping really quick.
I don't think that's a masculine style.
It is not.
Damn.
It's usually more a thing that women do, and no, thank you.
Yep. And Silvano, can I have your headdress cover, please?
Your bandana that you.
Yeah, here.
Yes, thank you.
There's holes burnt in it when it did that.
Fault.
Yeah, for once, a burning thing was not Emma's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're alone in the room, Joan, I'm glad we finally have a moment to ourselves.
Yes.
You have to go to China.
What's
you know
in
that,
China?
you
What's
know
in
that
China?
Brady has the capstone.
Brady has the capstone.
Yes.
Okay.
You know that. Why are you acting like I'm revealing something? You knew this. I thought you were the smart one.
Why are you being so mean to me?
There's no time.
I know that there's no time, but I have these other people we have to herd as well. Give me some time with them.
You have to be persuasive.
All right, I'll amp that up. I've been persuasive. Okay, look, I've found different. I found different statues. I found different relics. I've gotten them, and I've gotten them back and gotten money out of people for them. I know how to do this.
I hope so, because January 26th.
No, it's coming, and we can't afford it. Okay, so I just have to tell all of them we have to get out, we have to go to China now.
It's 6 weeks on a boat to China. And that horrible fat woman will be on the boat. See, I can see the future.
Well, this time, if we know she's coming, maybe I can get that sword out in time.
Kill her?
No, just humiliate her.
You're sick. It's much nicer to kill someone.
Maybe.
Oh no.
But anyway, no, I've got to get them. I've got to get them. Okay, I'm going to go up and I'm going to get myself out of here. We've got to get going.
So you bring in the wheelchair as Joan is like packing up her stuff. She's changed. She's no longer in the hospital gown. You would swear that you can sort of see the superimposition of the stave tattoos over whatever she's wearing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I throw that.
They're there.
Great. Glad you're here.
I put the headband on, or I'm like, here, take the headband and cover the headdress again so we can get out of here.
Let's see. I can wear my hat.
Okay. Let's go. And then I take the bandana and I tie it around the staves as well so that you can't, whatever is here, you can't see.
Right. So I have like a kerchief.
Yeah.
Oh, a kerchief. Nice.
This is demeaning.
Why is this demeaning? You can still see, can't you?
I am all seeing.
Yeah. So yeah, you can still
see when the other one had me behind a bandana. That's not the point.
Yeah, we've got to get you out of here so we can let you shine. So let me get you out of here, all right?
Hurry.
All right. So they're not very happy with this situation. We need to get to China. We need to get the capstone. We need to get it now. We need to go. We need to make those arrangements. Come on.
Right. There's a lot to unpack in that, but let's for the moment try to get to a place where we're not immediately being chased by apparently someone who can make a door in the wall and come after us, and by people who are following us across Cairo, because we don't know the meaning of subtlety.
All right. Let's get a move on.
So yes, let's go find a new home base for maybe the next day or so if we are heading to China, which is not high on my list of places I want to go, but
well, it better be, because that's where we need to do to get the rest of the capstone.
So are we sneaking out of this hospital or are we sneaking out of the hotel?
Excellent question.
Well, I think we need to sneak out of the hospital, get to the hotel, and get our stuff.
I agree. And as quickly as
what
possible.
stuff?
So Yusef,
you're not here.
Yusef and Silvano, are you trying to disguise you're leaving first? Are you trying to disguise your departure at all?
I think a rear entrance or exit would be excellent if there such a thing existed. Go exit the alley. Let's try that. So that is a 66. What's my luck?
Only you can answer the question.
Failure.
All right. Nope. This is not, like I said, not a large hospital. There is no back door.
Okay, then we just have to beeline for the market where we can get some scarves and whatnot and try to then lose them in a crowd.
All right, let's go quickly then. Okay.
All right. So you head to the bazaar, and you can find some only mildly inappropriate coverings to like mask your faces and such. Are you putting them on in the store? So this is a stall. This bazaar, you're like in a massive open air area with tents full of anything you could imagine selling.
I mean, are there public bathrooms or anything like that?
Not really.
The call boxes like Superman used to go into. Anything?
No, there's not.
Oh, a blue call box is not over
There are a
No?
couple of some of the stalls will have like a curtained off area where you can change. Like if you're buying like clothes you want to try on.
Okay, yeah, we can just buy them and then switch them in there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to get more of a traditional, the loose rope that they wear.
Yeah,
and
sure.
some sort
Yeah.
of head covering.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
trying to
we'll
completely cover
put
my
'em
face
on.
or anything. I'm just trying to cover like my chin and maybe put something on my head so my hair isn't obvious because that was showing before.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you both have robes and turbans, with like with a scarf that kind of covers the lower bit of your face that you pull up, which they would normally, like Bedouins would pull up when a sandstorm or something was coming, but you can pull them up now.
Well, we're not gonna stand out looking like complete idiots. We're only gonna look like sub idiots.
This is you have seen people dressed like this in Cairo, not with the things pulled up over their face.
Yeah, we won't take
Okay.
it that far.
All right. So I'm going to give you each advantage on your choice of a disguise or a stealth roll. And between the two of you, you just need one success.
I'll take advantage on the stealth roll.
I'll do the same thing.
Hold on. Well, I'm not going to roll better than that. Well, I might.
My best roll is a 30 and my stealth is a 20. So that's
Got a
not
lot of
success.
inspiration.
Hard
Or
success. We're good. Just needed one
good?
success. I got a
you
hard
need
success.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, you feel like you are not being followed.
All right, to the library.
All right. So yeah, you scamper off to the library. All right. Wow, we've separated along gender lines here. This is
what we do.
Retrograde. Ladies, you are headed to where?
So the first thing I would like to do is use my spot hidden skill of 1 billion.
That's really high.
36 is actually a hard success because
Okay.
I am awesome. Do I see the cart guy or anybody that I recognize out the window?
You don't see anyone you recognize, but you definitely feel like people have there's at least like 3 people that seem to have the hospital cased.
Okay. So I let
Like-
Alexander out.
So for instance,
Alexander-
you will see you see Yusef and Silvano leave the hospital, and one of the
people.
guys like peels off and follows them.
Okay. So Alexander, I think we've lost 1 tail, but I think there's like at least 2 more. I don't see the cart gentleman. Do you think we should rally up some doctor's gear and get out of here?
Some sort of a disguise to get out of here would probably be a good idea.
I've got my helm.
Red hair sticks out a little bit, I think.
Maybe a did we see surgeons or people dressed kind of in?
Yeah, you can see some scrubs, sure.
Okay. All right. So let's go rummage around in their supply room.
All right. The 3 of you I'll give me stealth rolls, and I just need I need 2 successes.
For stealth. Okay.
Just regular roll.
A stealth roll. But,
Nope.
89.
20. I made it.
right, so one
Okay.
success.
Check it off.
So barring something here, Doctor, you're going to get found going through this stuff. If you want to use luck, if you want to push it, you want to use some inspiration.
I would actually have Alexandra go and get stuff because she's obviously sneakier than I am. And Joan in that hat is not sneaking anywhere.
Right, but so between the 3 of you, you need 2 successes because you're trying to sneak. This is the whole process of getting out of the
Okay.
hospital.
Then who has the higher stealth of the 2 of you?
I have
I'm 22.
Yeah, we're exactly the same.
Yeah, it's not great.
Flip a coin, decide, because one of you guys has to get a success for us to get out of here without being seen.
Yeah, why don't you do it? Because I got this.
Okay,
And-
so
I second giving you another roll.
All right, so you're down to 8 inspiration now.
Oh, I'm gonna change dice here and see what these do for me.
Man, if this isn't Emma, it's gonna. Oh.
Nope, 11sies.
Oh my! Boom.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Yep. So technically that is half. So it's a hard success.
Boom,
I am like
yeah.
the night. I'm like
You
the
guys-
mid-afternoon.
Sweet.
You're easy like Sunday morning.
Kinda.
No problem. You between Emma and Alexandra, they get you out of the hospital in doctor's kind of scrubs, and you think that you are not being tailed.
Okay.
Cool.
With a hard success, you know you are not being tailed.
Excellent.
You have fooled whoever was following you. So
Right.
where are you headed?
I think we have to stop by the hotel first and pick up our few things and then
Yes.
find somewhere else.
Yes.
All right. So the backup hotel. Did I write down the name of it?
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. We're gonna have a third one. Let it go.
All right. So you end up. The second hotel was not that nice. Is this next one going to be around the same range, or?
Or do we want to go someplace somewhat shifty, throw the guy a little coin, and have easy access to a boat?
I mean, that's not the worst idea. My only concern is that somewhere less nice might be in old Cairo, and four of us at least stick out like sore thumbs in old
Yes.
Cairo.
No, I
So
think we need to get something similar what we have
Oh
now.
no, all five of you. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice to Yusuf. I really was.
But I'm a doctor now.
So maybe something that's on par with this one.
Agreed.
Okay. So I think we were at Metropolitan somewhere
Yes,
in
We
here.
were at Metropolitan first. I don't remember what
Okay.
the second one was.
I can't
Second
remember.
one. I think it was the Imperial,
I
Yeah.
think you're right.
But not the palace.
not the
No, we are banned from
Wherever
there.
you go, the Palace. Any city in the world, the Palace is like the nicest hotel in town. That's all.
We should go there because I'm a doctor now.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
You will find a. So you're going to the shifty place.
No, we're going to some place that's on par with
Alright.
where we're at
You
now.
Right. We're
The Grosvenor is a sort of more Anglicanized, touristy hotel, but it's like the down market. But you will not stand out as foreigners here.
Okay.
You are among your people.
Mm.
Do you wanted to talk to them about a boat, hiring a boat or something?
Emma,
Potentially.
To where?
Potentially. I mean, do we want to go to Shanghai? I mean, we don't. I mean, here's the
You
question.
kind of
Can
own a
we-
boat.
Yeah,
yes, we
boat.
have a
You
boat.
died.
I don't think we can get to Shanghai on a Nile.
No. You're gonna need a cruise ship.
But-
Those are expensive. I don't know if we can expense one of those. I'm not there.
You're not here. I'm spending the money.
Sweet.
well, and this is continuing the work of Jackson Elias, and we remember that there was several leads that led us to Shanghai outside of what the headband has told us.
But does that mean we have to go to Shanghai, get the rest of the capstone, and then come back?
If that's
Yeah.
that's what about
As far as you know.
Nitocris?
Yeah, let's not say that.
What about the queen? This is just
Yes,
kind of an
there we
issue.
go.
Here's a terrible thing. We should go. I know this is terrible, but just hear me out. We should go to Shanghai, leave the knife, leave the scimitar. Let's just go. Just whatever.
Just leave it here and hope that she doesn't come after us.
Yes. And if she does, we can try to capture her.
Okay, then I do.
Wait, so you're leaving the sword here.
I don't know, because if she comes out of the sword, then I don't have the sword. But I also don't want to go to Shanghai and she's still in the sword.
Well, she wasn't going to stay in the sword for very long. Like, she should be out tonight.
Do you ask the headdress if you think that she'll come out of the sword like here, like it physically comes out of the sword, or will she just like materialize someplace else, not in relationship to the sword?
Did you hear that?
I'm still insulted by that hat.
We're inside. I took it
servant.
off. I took it off. I know, but the outside isn't ready to see your magnificence.
Ew. I don't know what that's about. That sounds gross. I don't want to see anybody's magnificence.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one who made that leap.
I don't want to see anyone's magnificence.
Uzo has ruined the word magnificence for me. God damn you, Warren.
All right. Look, if you want me to help you,
Yes.
you really need to start doing what I'm asking you to do.
I have tried doing what you've asked me. I tried to get the book, and they have it. What else do you want me to do? And we are trying to get to Shanghai, like you said. You've been here, you've been listening. We're trying to get to Shanghai. But so they're asking me to ask you about the sword so we can figure out what to do with it while we go to Shanghai.
What you should do with it is leave it here.
Okay.
The more you carry that thing, the more of the chance there is that Nitocris will appear wherever you are.
Okay, so the headdress is saying that we should leave it here because we don't want Nitocris to appear wherever we are.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Okay, that's fair, but wasn't that
Oh,
supposed
no.
to happen? Wasn't it supposed to happen today?
Yeah, and not only that too, my first instinct was be like, throw it in the river. Nobody will find it.
You know,
that
that's
Yeah,
not
that's
the
not
worst.
bad.
That's not the. It's terrible, but it's not the worst idea.
But isn't that what the Dark Pharaoh originally wanted?
No, he wanted the girdle to be thrown in the river.
I mean,
so somebody could pick it up. But now we already have Nitocris. We already have Nitocris.
Yeah, Nitocris is already here. That cat is out of the bag. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yes, but throwing it in there, then they'd have to come out of the water. And
then again,
I feel like Nitocris needs some cement shoes, like good old New York style cement shoes.
is it Joan? I don't know as much about the mythology of Egypt, not even close to what you know. Isn't the Nile considered to be the heart of Egypt, though?
yes, but then so maybe
if we throw a former queen into the heart of Egypt, that might not end well for us. Just a thought. As little as I know about any mythology, that just seems like the worst idea.
well, yeah, I mean, there is the whole thing about it's the heart, it's the soul, it's what flows.
Great, we'll just dump her in the Atlantic. Whatever. Whatevs.
Yeah, but we'd have to get there by tonight.
Tonight.
Since she hasn't shown up here already. And
that's so. Could we bury it under the floorboards here, or?
Terrible idea. Number 2 today. Okay, so the guy is coming for the book. I forgot the guy's name because I'm so excited about this plan. I can't even remember names anymore. But he's
Kafur.
coming for the book. So what happens if we put the sword where the book was?
Then he
has the sword.
And potentially Nitocris. Or excuse me, the queen.
But if the book was placed someplace that every time it was read things weren't coming after it, if you put I'm feeling it, but I'm not really getting it. It's the A's and the B's aren't connected.
I know what you're saying. You're thinking since it's warded or something, maybe we can even make her stay there.
Yeah, she's stuck in the reading room forever. And what queen really wants to be stuck in a library? I don't know.
It's Emma's worst nightmare.
I would love to be stuck in a library. That sounds so nice right now.
Library queen.
And not only that, too, it'll be just right up the Space Needs alley. Now, instead of having Julius Caesar and Octavia trapping you there, now we've got, what's his name, Kafur and his little manservant. Not talking about Silvano.
I was like, wait. Does my friend, do they have anything to say about our plans? Are they just
I've told you everything you need to know.
You've told us the big plan, and I really appreciate that because it's the big plan. But to get that big plan done, there's a lot of little things that need to be taken care of. And I just thought you might want to help us. That's all.
I feel like you fundamentally misunderstand the worshiper divine being relationship.
You think I thought we were working together now. I do have the staves, so I thought we were working together. I really did. I really, really did. And I like you. You know, I've been wanting to hang out with you, but now you're just being a jerk. Why?
Never meet your heroes.
Be
I
careful.
know.
Be careful what you wish for. You might get
I
it.
get it.
I take Joan by the hands and I'm like, look, one thing you're going to have to learn about the headdress, it doesn't shut up. When you want it to shut up, it doesn't shut up. It goads you into having an argument that you don't really want to have, but yet somehow it knows the buttons to push in order to make you argue with it.
The problem
And
is
it
that
just wants you to run away, of which really is just boring. I mean, why do you want to be so boring?
No, this is not, I mean, we're not talking about running away. We're talking about going on an adventure. That's
Yes.
totally different.
Oh no, the headdress wants you to run away to Shanghai and just say, boop, sword later.
But the thing is that he's not talking to me, or they're not talking to me. They are just saying, oh, I've already told you everything.
Well, I mean,
how'd you get it to talk more to you? How?
It's a passive aggressive relationship with a terrible, abusive, I don't know how you would say, mother.
I prefer
That's like, I
God.
told you how to make me happy, but you can never make me happy. So therefore you suck. You'll never be good enough. Blah, 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 blah. That's all the headdress is essentially years and years of therapy.
So this is
Oh,
like
God, this
the
sounds like
professor. This is like the professors that were above me at the university who never took me seriously and who kept trying to steal my ideas as their own. I get it now.
And for me,
I mean,
the
it's
headdress
that last
was
part, yeah.
essentially, you're not smart enough. You'll never be good enough. I already told you, if you don't get it, that's your own fault.
So it's definitely a partnership where if there's a partnership at all, it's not going to be in your best interest. So, you know,
I was just really hoping that we could get together and do the things and have that partnership. And yes, I keep saying because it reminds me of those guys. But they want me to worship them. It seems like that's what they're saying.
I want you to save the world.
That's it. Save the world. That's what I want to do. See, we are on the same wavelength.
Do you want to worship it?
If it can help me save the world, that's awesome. And we can work together. I'd be willing to be like, yay. But if it's going to just say, I told you so the whole time.
It's being a cryptic jerk, and it's being a cryptic jerk because it can.
In fairness, I told you so.
Oh, that was the wrong thing to say to Joan.
I told you exactly what to do. The word cryptic was used, I believe, very incorrectly. I was fairly direct in what you need to do.
Yeah, I see exactly where this is going now. And now I must apologize to Emma and apologize to Silvano when he gets here too, because you are being a jerk. You are not taking me and what I can do and for anything, and you're making it like it's all about you, and it's not.
I'm a god.
Okay, then act like one and not just be cryptic. Cryptic, yes. I told you what to do. What the hell?
Have you read any myths? That's what gods do. We don't say, Moses, here are the rules by which your people should live.
Oh, you want to be that kind of God. You want to be the Christian God that has all the books written for him and about him, and you want to be able to have the people that you can tell stupid stuff to and they do stupid stuff. Okay, fine. What? Fine.
In front of the Catholic?
All right. I say we keep the sword and we get rid of this guy.
Sounds good to me.
You're not telling me anything that I can use except go to Shanghai, and I'm doing that. We're doing that. I'm done.
Are we?
I'm done.
Very well.
I'm done.
It does not come off.
Do you touch the eye to like turn it
Yeah.
off?
Yes.
Poke,
Yes.
poke.
Yes.
But it is quiet. The headdress is silent.
Good for you, Joan.
Okay. Not coming off. It's all tangled in my hair now. Okay. No, it's being a jerk. I've had to deal with just these types in all my academic work. And that's why I went rogue. And that's why we're going rogue now.
So where are we going?
We're going to Kenya.
So what do we do?
We still need to go to Shanghai and get the piece of that's the only thing we can do to get the rock, put the rock together. I believe in that, not just because he says so.
So what do we think then that this capstone will do? If it's not to keep the queen locked in place, is it to keep the Black Pharaoh from manifesting?
Yes. Okay. Yes. And so they can't, even if they do the big song and dance to get him to come out, it's not going to happen.
I mean, if he's bound in place. All
yes.
right. Then I suppose we need to get passage to Shanghai and get it as soon as we can.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do about the queen?
That I don't know. I mean, do we just toss her in the river and just be like, later, sister?
That seems like a bad idea.
Do you think Kafur, if we grovel to him, could help us?
Ha!
Not if we don't give him the book back.
The boy stole something that is incredibly precious to him, and he will want that back.
Right.
But what happens if we return it and say that they did a bad thing and don't let them return it?
I mean, we'd have to get it from them first. And well, I'm not opposed to the idea of knocking Yosef out and taking it from him.
What was the title of today's episode?
I'm not going to kill him. I'll knock him out.
No.
He's I mean he's an idiot, but he's an idiot, but he's a well-meaning idiot, and he'll grow into it eventually.
There are other ways of knocking him out as well. I remember Silvano had some things that he could do that would knock him out as well.
The headdress comes back. The ether was my idea. I told him to get the ether. Face it, everything good you people have done has come from one source.
You have that look on your face. What did it say?
Jerkface is telling me that that the ether was its idea. So, okay. It doesn't mean it's a bad idea. It just means that we have to be more careful.
I mean, we saw what Kafur could do, right?
Yes.
With him opening the door, even if he doesn't remember it. If he's that powerful, he may not be assuaged even by getting the book back. I mean, remember Gavigan?
Yes, Gavigan was not.
Yes, I remember Gilligan. I mean, he was the wrong person to anger. I mean, really, if you're thinking about it now, because he could potentially dimension door that sword somewhere.
Yeah, that would have been really useful. But the guys went and took the book and didn't consult with us, and now we get to deal with it, and that's just the way it goes.
And then the camera shifts
to the guys.
The library. And when it shifts, Tamago Toro gives the PCs 500 inspiration for all the bad ideas. So you're back up to 9 now.
Just wait, there'll be more.
So we're up to 9.
Yes.
Great idea of going to the library in the middle of all of this.
Agreed.
So you go to the library and you want to research the Orobos? Is that, or you're going to teach him the?
Oh, I'm going to be kind of scatterbrained. I don't think he's actually going to learn anything, because I'm going to throw the transference ritual, the ritual for consuming magic items because I think there's a link there, and then the Ouroboros.
Okay.
And he's going to do everything he can to understand these rituals and see if he understands these rituals for future use.
So
the only thing that's going to get accomplished, I think, is researching. But I'm going to kind of like prime him to get ready to learn some other rituals while we're doing that.
Yusef, what becomes clear to you is that he's talking about a ritual of transference and a ritual to consume magic items. The consuming magic item things was an error of the ritual of transference. It was not like a ritual that does that. But that's about the only thing that is sort of clear right now.
But in essence, he was able to take a ritual and change it to do something entirely different and wonderful with his ritual. I'm very fascinated. Just like Yusuf is trying to do the same thing with the two fundamental ideas he has with regards to time flow. If you can take a little bit from this one, a little bit of that one, and change them into something brand new. Yusuf loves this idea that we can take known magic and another magic and mix them somehow into the whole third new avenues and possibilities and whatnot. So this is right up his alley.
So Ezra, are you saying that the ritual that we learned after creating the Elder Sign wasn't a ritual?
That wasn't to destroy a magic item, though.
No, that was to consume a magic item. That was to consume power from it.
Oh.
Remember, after the Elder Sign, I started like doing a bunch of research to try and get back.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm mixed up. So yeah, you can start to prime that, and so what you'll see the connection between the two, Silvano, because you're looking for kind of, and that's what it is. Is this is sort of an alteration of the ritual of transference, because when the thing is consumed, it transfers that power somewhere else, and that's kind of what happened. You think with Joan and the staves.
Not quite though, because the staves still seem to be there. I think. I don't know. Anyhow, Ouroboros.
All right, so you can both make library use rolls.
I already used up all my good rolls today.
Oh my God! 01.
01.
01.
Nice.
Zing.
Holy.
On a library use. Yeah.
That's such a Yosef thing. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a hard success. I don't do bad.
Oh, it's right
You
here.
both get checks. So, you go beyond the basic stuff, which I'm going to go into now a little bit, just sort of for exposition's sake. But the worm Ouroboros is a symbol of a serpent devouring its own tail in a circle. And it has become deeply associated with sort of Western mythology, especially Norse stuff, but it actually had its start in Egypt. And so it comes out of Egyptian mythology. And what you see is that there's you find some really disturbing references to the third and fourth dynasties, that dark period that you don't like, that talks about Ouroboros and headdress sort of thing. And definite connection, with an 01 and with a hard success, you find a definite connection to the Black Pharaoh.
But what kind of connection do we find? Like he was using this power, or it devoured himself?
So what he was using this power to devour things. And that's why one of the things you find is that one of the derivations, as this sort of got mongrelized down the path, it went from Egypt to Greece to so on to so forth, is that the term or the term Ouroboros, which I'm going to say differently every time because I don't know why.
Cover all the enunciations.
Yes, is actually Greek. The Egyptians didn't have a term for it. It was just in their iconography. There were signs of it. And in the Greek, it actually means, let me pull this up here, it literally means tail, food I eat. And you find a lot of references to the Black Pharaoh and the hieroglyphic for consume.
What was the tie-in with the headdress that we found in these old books?
I mean, circlets, round, symbology. There were some hieroglyphics found of that serpent symbol being placed upon someone's head.
What's
Hi,
kind of
Thomas.
interesting is when I was in the dream worlds, I imagined that there was a serpent that was called Emma, but remember there was also a headdress. The snake became a headdress in the dream world. Remember that, Sylvia?
Yeah, around my head. Maybe that's why it came to me. Huh. So now that the staves are gone, what I'm thinking is we need to figure out, in order for you to be able to use your powers, if we can do something similar to what happened, if we can put little amounts of essence into items and contain it, and then transfer those into you, we might be able to help you out.
I agree that I only have so much innate willpower, for lack of a better word, to
And
do
I have
these
no idea if
things.
this will be successful or not. So,
And unfortunately, Joan had those wonderful staves which would store willpower. Now they're gone. When she can't do anything
gone,
with this
yeah,
power.
gone, I don't think is the correct word, but inaccessible to us.
Do you think they're inside of her?
They went inside of her. They're still there. They weren't completely consumed. It's not like the other ritual.
That's disturbing. That means they're actually, you think they're inside of her?
In some form, yes.
That means someone could take them out of her?
I can't answer that.
But I do agree.
Want to see anyone try?
There must be a way to create those sorts of magical batteries. Others have done it before us. Many centuries and millennia ago, it's been done. There must be a tome somewhere that details how to create these items.
Both of
some
you can
other
make
library.
Cthulhu mythos rolls.
I think I
actually, I can't. Wait, does it? Yeah, because it doesn't start at 1, right?
Nope.
Oh. Oh no.
Roll that 01 now, Tom.
33. Not a success.
Nope.
So yeah, we'll definitely have to keep an eye out. In the meanwhile, I'm going to teach you. I'll try to make time to teach you the 2 rituals that we know, and if the headdress can give us a way to mask using the book, we might be able to find more information in there.
Okay.
There are some things I need to reread in the book. I have an idea.
Well, hold off on that.
Well, maybe you're right. I will hold off on that when we have a chance later. But I do have a question for you. I've seen all your notes about elder signs, and I watched you.
I spread them out on the table.
I
think I can't leave them anywhere anymore because buildings will get burnt down.
All right.
I've just got like a satchel full of notes with me at all times now. My little book is coming together. I've got the first chapter of the Necronomicon, and then I've got 3 rituals. So I just spread everything out for you. Let's go.
That's a heck of a messenger bag you'd be carrying around.
We both do. We both have all our notes and all our possessions, so then we've burned anymore. So he's got all his notes and journals and scrabble and whatnot.
I need to get these.
I have a question. Add a character. I wrote down at some point a transit the veil ritual. Does that ring a bell, Ezra?
Transit the veil.
My
Was
gear
that
and possessions.
the name of the ritual that Kfor used?
Transit veil ritual.
Transcend the veil.
Yeah, that's right. Transcend. Does that ring a bell? I'll figure out later. I have a scrabble.
What is it contemporary with in your notes?
I have it below the word elder sign, which I've now crossed out on my character sheet. So.
When did you lose that?
The elder sign.
Did you have burned?
You found like a book or something?
Wasn't that one of the spells that you wanted to learn, was how to muck around with time and how to go places?
Yeah, is that the name of your ritual? Isn't that the thing you do?
I wrote the actual spells in a different portion of the character sheet.
That's the name of what you do.
Okay.
You're transcending the veil of time.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Continue.
All right. So, ladies, you're going to go get them at the library? Is that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is now the evening of the 16th.
And we have gotten a third hotel, right?
You are in the third hotel.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll go and fetch them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you are all together.
Right. What's the plan now?
Oh, is it time to go?
Well, we've got two problems. I don't know if we have a plan, but Knight of Cruz is going to come out of the sword
Mhm.
sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And the rest of the capstone is in Shanghai.
Oh, that Jack Brady fellow.
Oh,
he
is
was
it,
there.
is it too
Yes.
late to book passage?
It might be too late to book passage tonight, but I think that needs to be the first thing that we do in the morning.
Mhm.
Because we were dealing with the sword today.
Out of character, would they have gotten us that late, or would there still be time
Yeah,
to?
this was close to closing time at the library.
But could we have booked passage before that is the question.
Sure.
Like said,
yeah.
we're going to leave.
Yeah. When do you want you want to do it tomorrow? If
Well, we don't own anything, so
if
Yeah, traveling
whoever,
light.
whoever's making the arrangements makes a credit rating roll, you can leave tomorrow.
Who has the best credit?
well,
I've
here's the
got
thing is that Silvana, did you leave anything back at the hotel that I could use out of our kitty?
I'll give you
Because I'm not using
advantage.
my money.
I'll give you advantage on the credit rating roll because you have the party treasury.
Okay. Yeah, let me try this. So do we want to leave tomorrow right away or do we want to leave Wednesday morning?
What
Well, I
day
mean,
is it now?
depends if
Both of them are at 18. Cool.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
So there is a ship leaving tomorrow, or there's a ship leaving on Friday.
I think we leave tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
we need
So
to
we
go.
booked tomorrow's ship
Yeah.
All right.
to Shanghai.
Yes. It's going to be a 6-week voyage.
Oof.
You're going to go basically through the Suez Canal, all the way down and around and up.
When I'm booking the ship, I asked the gentleman, because I'm still stuck on this, how many days until we hit the Indian Ocean? Because I'm assuming we're going Suez Canal. That's right. I'm sorry. Suez Canal east.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
Not
here.
Panama.
Right. You are not going the other direction.
In Panama, South America.
Yeah, but if we
Yeah.
went the Med across the Atlantic through the Panama and then to Shanghai versus Suez Canal
I see.
across the Indian Ocean.
So basically, you're
Blah,
going to
blah,
go. This is going to be hard. This is like a weatherman. So
yeah.
yeah, through
here's
there.
Egypt. You're going to go through here into the Indian Ocean. You're going to stop in Mumbai.
Woo! Yeah.
And then you're going to stop in Manila.
Fun.
And then you're going to stop in Hong Kong.
Excellent.
And then you're going to stop finally in Shanghai. You will enter the Indian Ocean after about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So it's not like I can deep sea dive this sword.
No.
Not really.
So we go ahead and get passage, and then we'll meet up with the guys and talk about what to do about the sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And we will have that conversation after our break.
Hey.
So
All right.
we're going to take a quick break here. We will be back as quickly as 6 people can use 6 bathrooms. Welcome back, friends. We're back. I want to do a couple quick reminders that a little business. Again, the Q&A, give us your questions. YouTube, post questions in the YouTube comments for us. I'll go in and check, and we can get those in there. And our friends here on Twitch and our friends on YouTube, this episode will go up on YouTube on Monday. So go there, enter in your local food bank to get entered into that drawing, and to drastically diminish my board game spending for a little while, that which is welcome. So make sure on Monday when this episode is posted, if you're here on the Twitch chat, go in there, post the donate link to your local food bank. YouTube right now, just take a sec and slap that in there. We really appreciate it, and you're helping out your food bank, which is awesome. And you'll be entered into a chance to win one of Steph's awesome game calendars. All right, so everybody's back together, and you're trying to figure out what to do with a sword. How do you solve a problem like Nitocris?
Doesn't scan, but makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do you think we have, Emma?
None, technically.
It's sometime today, so sometime before midnight.
Well, we can leave her in the desert. That's all I can think of. We can't throw her in the Nile. The Nile's the heart of Egypt. It would die with her in there.
Is there another, Nick, you're muted. Is there another pyramid we could lock her in?
Not that we could get to fast enough.
Not even the pyramid, like the three outside of town?
Right there at Giza. They're maybe 30 minutes away.
They aren't necessarily made for sealing, so she's wherever she's going to end up, she's going to end up. I mean, honestly, if she's in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, but the problem is we're not going to be in the middle of the ocean. We're literally going to be like 5 miles from here tomorrow morning. And also that's tomorrow morning. That's not right
before
now.
midnight.
Do you want to rent out an extra room at the backup hotel and just leave the sword in that room? And she comes to and she's like, "Oh, I'm in a hotel room with a sword."
Is there anybody that we hate? Oh, that sucked.
Yes.
The cat priestess. What about her? Let's give the sword to her.
We don't hate her. We like
Don't
her.
No,
we like her. She helped us a lot.
Oh, I didn't know we liked her. I wasn't very.
Does anybody want to inspire my
rent
power?
out a room in the palace and leave the sword in the palace. We'll pick it up tomorrow morning and check if everything's okay.
Yes, I will inspire the POW roll.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are you doing a full reroll or?
Yeah.
Are you making a POW roll?
Because Ezra told her to.
Much better. That's 13. So that's actually a hard success on the POW.
Right. With a hard success, you totally control the urge you suddenly had to draw the sword.
Okay. I hate to mix metaphors, but I think she's coming. Let's get to the hospital.
The hospital?
Why are we going to the hospital?
Wait.
I'm just I said mixed metaphors.
Hospital?
Oh, I see. It's like a baby coming.
Wrong way. Ding.
It's hilarious because you pointed to me in like the gallery that we can see in Zoom, because you're down here in my view.
Yeah, and you're down here in never mind.
Worst opening.
Someday we'll Brady Bunch it right.
That would be so awesome.
Anyway,
see it.
I think she's about to breach or whatever that is.
Yes.
Well, hurry and rent a room.
Oh,
she's crowning.
Yes. Wait. So you're saying we should put her in just another room but we want the sword back, right? After she leaves. So
honestly, tainted goods. I don't care.
If she wants to take the sword, she's taking the sword. There's very little we can do about that if we're there or if we're not.
True.
I mean, do I just throw it out the
back later and she's gone and the sword's still there? We get to keep the sword.
What floor are we on?
The 3rd floor.
So if I just whip it out the window and just be like,
No.
Some random person would pick it up from the street and take it to their home and
and then fill it with blood, and then she'd emerge from.
Oh my God.
Or one of the people who has been following us will get it.
Okay. How many rooms do we have? Because can we clear out one and just put her in there?
You have your 5 rooms, yeah.
Okay. A couple of us could double bunk.
Another 500 inspiration from Tamago Tora, who
thank you, Tamago Tora.
All caps reminds you that belongs in a museum.
Thank you, Tamago Tora.
I very much agree that it belongs in Kufor's little museum with his weird little box of stuff.
I agree. That's a really good idea. Let's give the sword to him.
You guys, he
Do we
hates
hate
you.
him? We don't hate him.
No,
Let's
he
keep-
hates you.
He hates you. He's
Oh no, he doesn't hate us.
You
He's our
took
friend.
The book.
no, I
We just
told
borrowed
you.
it.
He's coming after us because of that book.
Oh,
we
we'll,
know.
we'll
Yeah.
explain it to him. It's fine.
Sounds about right.
We can tell him what happened.
Oh yeah,
I-
you're gonna
I've-
explain it to him, Yosef. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I just borrowed the book for
Don't
a
do
little
that.
while."
I need to go
Certainly.
pick up some copper wire.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Let me
Let's
tell
give
you.
it to him. Let's give him the sword. He can. Well, as an exchange, a trade. Hold this for us. We'll hold the book, and we'll trade him when we get back.
Oh yeah, he's
don't
going to
keep it
agree to
hostage.
that. I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's a,
let's
it's,
send
it's a sword.
Yosef. Send Yosef.
I'll try it. It's what do we call that sword? It's the sword of
Sort of Emma.
Yeah, the sword of
What's his
Emma
real
now.
name?
Another name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Oh,
Yeah, the sword of Akmala. Also,
Sword of
Akmala.
Akmala.
Can I remind everybody in a moment of clarity that I all of a sudden sobered up, that I'm like, oh my God, we're in trouble. We have 3 beacons on us. So I think Nitocris can find us wherever the hell we put this thing.
3. Hold on. Go walk through them.
Headdress.
Book.
Address is not a
Headdress.
beacon.
What?
Address is not a beacon. Book is a beacon.
Staves.
Staves? I don't think the staves are a beacon.
Woo.
No, they're safely tucked away, so to speak.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
book
didn't
is-
thank you properly for that, Silvano.
Welcome. It was a happy accident. I was thinking of a different ritual, and it worked. It worked.
And you
Sword.
didn't blow up.
I didn't die, so I
Sword.
guess I. Yeah.
Let's give the sword
And
to
your
the professor.
fingers.
Let's bring it to him before he comes to us. Let's go to him first. Let's just
Get back the book.
cut it off.
Give
I-
back the book.
I think
Let's
we
go
give-
talk to him. We'll
I
go
think-
talk to him.
No,
Kind of late, but okay.
Okay, I tell you
Yeah,
what. Why don't
copper
you
wire.
give me the book and then you can go talk to him?
No.
No.
No,
I'd rather
okay.
let
So
Yosef
has the
go
headdress
talk to
taught
him.
you how to conceal the book yet?
Let me talk to him. How about this? If he wants the book back after I talk to him, I will give it to him. I
I
promise.
gotta see this.
If I can't convince him, that I will return it to him. As if I can't do anything else, that will be my
I
plan.
think it's an awful idea,
Oh, it's the worst idea.
but I'd be lying if I
I want to watch
denied
this.
wanting to watch the train wreck.
Me too. I gotta
Same.
see this. In
But
the
I have
South,
to
we
tell
would say,
you-
bless your heart.
It's gonna be a train wreck. It's
You
gonna
just-
be horrible. He's
you just
insane.
swore at him in Southern.
He's insane.
It's better.
insane.
It's better this way than he comes to us. Think about it.
Oh
If we go
God,
to
I
him
gotta see
first.
this.
Hidden Joan, has the headdress taught you how to conceal the book yet?
It said, "Give it to me,
Yeah.
and then it will be concealed."
And then you said, no, teach me how to conceal
And
it.
it said, "Get it. I have to have it." That's all it would tell me.
Yeah, of course it says. Yeah, it says that. Yes.
I yelled at it,
Okay, you get
and I have had some
that's not
discussions
constructive. You
with.
just know you ignore it when it's like that. You ignore it. Just
It's very
ignore it.
manipulative, don't you think?
I mean, yes.
God, can I have the
Joan,
headdress
make a
back?
power roll.
Who?
Mm-mm.
Joan, make a power roll.
Uh-oh.
I did not make it, but and it's too much to luck. I will tell you, I rolled a 90.
All right.
So I'm not
Should we
gonna.
re-roll?
I think we re-roll. We have
Inspire that.
9.
So that's
Yeah,
going to put you back down to 8 inspiration.
that's
Right.
fine.
Gotta reroll.
Okay.
God, I would
I-
love Emma here.
I threw those dice away. I have another pair. And this is with the headdress 75, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So yes, I made it. I
Okay.
got
Um,
62.
Everybody not named Joan, make a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
I think all of us are good at that, right?
Yeah, made it.
Reasonably.
Oh wow.
Unreasonably, but I failed it. I got-
Yeah, hard success. Yeah.
All right.
Most normal
anybody
success.
who made it, you would swear that just for a second, there's like the staves kind of superimpose over Joan, and everybody loses 5 magic points.
What?
What?
Oh, Joan.
Do we feel
no.
this happen?
You
I do.
definitely feel a little innervated all of a sudden.
Joan, has it taught you how to use the? Has it taught you anything yet?
Is Kafour coming?
Joan, what did you just do?
What happened?
I got I yelled at it.
Feel
What did
tired.
you just do?
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you
sucked
did.
something out of
What-
me.
What?
Those
what
of us
is this?
attuned to magic just realized that you just drained our magic.
I'm
it just
not
suck my
attuned to
soul?
anything.
And you were
I-
glowing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
This is
pay
not something
close
I did. You were just taunting me,
No,
No.
and that was it. That was it. I got mad.
I wasn't taunting you. I was telling you to ignore the headdress when it gets uppity. Emma, tell her.
Yeah, you kind of have to put it back in its place and tell it, just simmer down. We'll
Yeah.
get there in our own due time.
And I did, and it hasn't really talked to me since.
But the staves on your chest just glowed, and I feel like I've just had 2 years of my life sucked out of me.
Yeah, I just got kidney punched.
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
our souls. That's our souls, Joan.
That's not-
It's
No,
not
no, no.
souls. Oh. Well, the staves. That's what they do. Is they take energy. So yeah, it's just a little energy. It's just a little bit.
That's not a
wasn't
little
little.
bit.
That's a lot.
That
It
was
was
being
palpable.
punched. That was being punched in both kidneys at the same time.
I feel.
I
a lot
know what it
weaker.
feels like.
But okay, so it's not something that I asked it to do or that I tried to do, but I got angry.
But that's something you need to
Oh,
get
no.
control over.
And we wouldn't like you when you got angry.
No,
Can
no.
I look at my sword?
Sure.
Is it doing anything?
No. Are you drawing it?
A little bit. Like I'm kind of
Make a
looking.
power roll.
Hang on.
Fumble!
No.
So technically, what I'm doing is that I'm just kind of looking up to, where's the camera?
There it is. Yeah.
Glowing part.
Like up to about here.
Yeah. Make a power roll.
Fuck!
Do
Here
it, do
comes
it, do
Night
it,
of
do it.
Chris.
Here comes 15. Here comes 15.
right,
She
you-
can shut up her butt.
You once again control the urge to draw the sword.
Nice.
Okay, but like I want to see what it is. It glowing? Is it anything happening
With
with
a
it?
15, you are also aware that drawing the sword would be a terrible idea because
Okay.
the sword wants to be drawn.
Okay.
Ooh.
And is it looking any different?
No, it's still glowing with the same
Okay.
glow and everything. The elder sign is still on there. Make a
Okay.
spot hidden roll.
Yeah, I make it. Let me see if
Alright.
I do a hard. Yeah, it's actually a hard success.
With a hard success, so the symbol that was on there seems to have altered. You
To
swear
what?
that's not the same symbol it used to be.
To something that gives me the creeps.
It's not great. It seems like the symbol now is actually that Ouroboros sign of a serpent eating its tail instead of an elder sign.
Oh.
What's
no.
going on?
Different what?
Oh.
It changed.
What changed?
The
Look at the
sign.
symbol.
The sign's different.
It's the Ouroboros.
I'm Lamont's breathing.
Stop that. Oh, stop that. Ah.
Can't stop it. It's coming.
The headdress knows. The headdress knows about this. Joan?
Yes. All right. Headdress. We are stuck together now, so we have to listen to each other. I am listening to you. Is there anything we can do about Night of Chris coming out of the sword?
No, that's not the question.
I mean,
Then tell me what the
maybe
question is.
Kafur can do something about it. I don't know his capabilities. But then you'd have to give him back the book, and you can't do that. You've got to have that book.
Gotcha. Okay, so Kafur might have something to do, but he's going to want the book, so that's a no-go. What did you want me to ask, Silvano?
The Ouroboros is tied to it's when we were researching it, it's tied to the headdress and to the Black Pharaoh.
Oh,
It looks like he was.
Joan, I wrote some notes from the library from the
Yeah.
book, the actual hieroglyphs. I drew the pictures. I'll show them to
okay.
you.
Yeah.
If you look,
Yeah.
here's-
All right,
this is
let's
a
I'm
symbol
looking.
for the
Oh
Black
my
Pharaoh.
God.
and next to
Library,
it, you
library.
can see the serpent headdress above him.
I run.
Mm.
I'm out. Bye.
I'm
All right.
I'm right behind her.
Are you taking
No,
where are you going?
No,
Are
no.
you going
This
to
is
the fort?
good. This is good. So that symbol that we see on the sword right now, or it's associated with the dark pharaoh.
That Emma and Alexandra are no longer in the room.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Where
just
did they
ran
say they
'cause
were going? I was asking where
They
they were
didn't.
going.
They just left.
I peek out the door, like, where are you going?
On an intelligence roll, Silvano, you know that when you said Kafur or whatever could help us, I was like, and you guys just start bickering about the library. I was like, F this, table flip, go.
Yeah, and I'm not letting her go anywhere by herself because I know Emma.
Oh, I think they
Where's
might
she
be
going?
going to Kafur with the sword.
Let's go. Let's go talk to him.
Oh.
Let's go talk to him. What do we have to lose?
Minute
A
of
lot.
attacked.
No,
Minute
a
of-
lot.
We're gonna think something that we don't normally do. Think about this. First, he is not going to be happy with us. He is not going to be that's an awful idea.
Sylvia, we can't avoid him. If we wait, he will come to us. That's
Sure,
bad. Let's go to him first. Let's cut it off at the pass. He's just a man.
And how? So Joan, has the headdress taught you how to conceal the book?
It said, "Give it to me." That's all it would tell me.
You conceal the book.
It will have a radius and conceal the book.
Headdress, teach Joan how to conceal the book so that we can use that.
It just keeps saying, "Give it to me."
Yeah, I've heard that. I heard that several times. That's part of the reason why. Well, that is the reason why we stole the book.
The headdress wanted us to.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
The headdress wants you to give the book to me so nobody can see it.
Exactly.
You've got too many things. You've got too many.
Well, maybe with the synthesis of the book and the headdress and the staves, it can help us. It can keep us safe. Yes. You guys are tiny minds. Okay, look, I don't like this guy, but he's been right. I can't help it.
Sylvia, I'll follow the women. I'll catch you later. They're going right now.
No.
They're going to Singapore. I need to be there.
No.
To talk to him.
They've got the sword.
He trusts me.
He doesn't trust you anymore. You freaking took his book.
He does. He trusts me.
We can do. Well, here's the thing. We have a ritual. We have rituals that we can trade for him. We're bringing him the sword. Apparently, maybe we can negotiate. And
let's go right now before it's too late.
All right.
I'll leave. I want to go.
Em and Alexandra are going to get there a little before everybody else.
Yeah.
So it is a race walk through the streets of Cairo to the Egyptian Museum.
I think we can get there a little faster. We've been there several times. We know the shortcuts.
The problem is your paths all end at cafes.
I thought that was a shortcut.
So as you
that was actually the long way. No, and they're closed.
Yeah, you have to resist stopping for a Turkish coffee or something. That's it.
We could really use it too.
Really good.
So how late would we be? Just like 5 minutes later if we pick something
I don't
up?
know. How long did you guys bicker about stuff?
Seriously, are you
that was only
5
3
minutes
minutes
behind us?
That was only about 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's only a couple of minutes behind you.
Are you going to stop at the cafe?
No, come on, guys. You were the one who was saying we have to go now.
Really quick, we just throw the money down on the counter.
I do want to say that while we're going, I want to see if anyone's following us as best as I can while run walking through the streets.
Sure,
make us see us turn away towards a cafe.
Ooh, ought to.
You do not feel like anybody's following you.
Nice.
I wouldn't if I were them either.
I mean, two crazy white women half running through the streets of Cairo. I'd get out of the way.
One more PAL roll, Emma.
Okay. Like to me, this is the equivalent of I'm giving birth and my baby and we're not at the hospital yet. 15. So I am hard success.
Yeah, nice. You once again, there's an impulse to draw the sword. And that's when you realize that the sword is not wrapped up, it's on your belt.
I'm walking as I'm going to break out into a run at this
All
point
right,
because if you can see my sword, it's all out.
Your
Yeah,
magnificence.
Yes, your
Yes, my magnificence.
Yeah, you guys get to the museum, and you know that you go down in there, and Dr. Kafur is there, and he is very surprised to see you.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Dr. Kafur, we don't have time for pleasantries. Nitocris is in this sword, and she's going to come out right now. Help.
How? What?
I don't know. She's just, this symbol has changed from an elder sign to, what is it called again?
An Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. Okay, that's it. I was like an Oculus, an Ouroboros. And long story short, she got sucked into the sword. Then the elder sign was holding her. Now the elder sign is not there. Now it's a thing. Now she wants to come out. She keeps like bugging me to like draw the sword. Help. Help.
That is an item of utter evil. Why did you bring that here?
Because we've got to get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of it, and I don't know how to seal it, and I don't know.
Quickly, come with me. He leads you into that reading room, and once he closes the door, you can see like he calms down some. Once there's like this is essentially a cage.
It's a Faraday cage.
The door is closed. He like feels a little more relaxed. He has, all right, put it on the table. You must not touch it again.
Okay.
When you held it, did you feel a compunction?
Yes, many times. Yes, it wants me to draw it. That's how I know she's coming out.
I believe the only way she can get out of the sword is by death, is by having the sword drink someone's blood.
So how can we lock it up so that it's never a viable thing?
Are you still associated with those two charlatans?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm totally sorry for what they did. I didn't know until they actually did it.
We had no idea what was going on until it was over.
Those two have taken my life's work and replaced it. And he pulls up from the chair with a sad fake. What sort of monster does this sort of thing?
I think they were possessed by, did I hear them about the headdress or?
I think he mentioned it.
Did he mention it in my presence though?
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I just tell him,
times.
I think that one of the two was possessed by an item that is extremely selfish and kind of bossy and a bit of a know-it-all, like how it's going to stop the whole end of the world from happening. And I mean, it's just such a pain in the butt, and I wish it would go away. And it's kind of like having your mother with you all the time. But anyway, I'm sorry. So it probably told him what to do all the time and wouldn't relentlessly stop nagging, because that's what it does.
How many evil artifacts do you have on your person?
On my person, this wasn't evil until I stabbed Nitocris with it, and then it became evil.
Technically, I did that, but yes.
You're lucky.
Yeah, that's right.
If I had not read Al-Azif multiple times, I would not believe any of this.
But we know that you have much more knowledge about this sort of thing than we do, and that's why we came to you.
But you know what I don't have? Al-Azif.
Are we there?
They were only a couple minutes behind us, man.
Knock, knock.
Are they? Do you need Al-Azif in order to sanctify the sword and make it? I don't touch it technically, but I point to it. Sanctify the sword and make it safe.
You're gonna kill the professor.
Probably.
27, so I still make it.
All right.
And it's just on a hard success.
Yeah.
Can I just like grab her by the shoulders and gently pull her away from it? Just like let's not have you.
Yeah, you see her like she's in full control. Like her hand stops above the sword, but you're still like, maybe.
Do you need Alazif?
Yes.
Done. And then I grab Alexandra and we go back outside and look for these yahoos.
All right, you come out of the cage. When you open the door, he's like, please close that.
Okay, I shut the door. And then what's the name of this show again? What's the name of the title of the show again?
Don't kill me and I'll do the best I can.
I was supposed to say, I grabbed Alexandra and I was like, we have to get the book. Don't kill him, but let's do the best we can.
So you
if you
come
insist.
out of the cage just as they're coming around.
I'm gonna
We
like
brought apology biscuits.
I'm gonna nudge. I'm gonna shove past Silvano, grab Yosef, and be like, "Come, you have an apology to make right now."
I'm following.
And just like grab him by the shoulders and propel him towards the door.
All right. When you come, you see Kafur is like standing at the table, staring at the sword.
No.
Oh,
And you
excellent.
come in and he sort of snaps out of it. And actually what snaps him out of it is the sound of your voice. You.
Push back up.
Well, Yosef will just, without saying a word, open up the thing, take Alazif out, and place it on the table.
He
And just
takes
he'll look at the professor. Just look at him for a moment.
he like opens it.
It's the real thing. I brought it back to you.
Why would you steal this?
The book wanted me to take it. I'm sorry. It was
the
a
headdress.
compulsion.
The headdress.
Well, I don't know what it was. One or the other. The headdress. Something
What
was
is this headdress?
compelling me. Don't you recall my associate, Professor Cosa? He used to have.
We're all there, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
He used to have this on. We were able to remove it from him, and things. Our minds have are not so
It
clouded.
was under the
anymore.
bandana.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you remember during the ritual? Oh no, you forgot. You forgot that you came with us. Oh, never mind.
What?
You've lost a lot of memories.
Yeah, we actually met you before, and we showed you some rituals. You saw it burn through the headband that I was wearing at the time. We were at the Red Pyramid.
The bent
A
pyramid.
whole bunch of people died, and then you freaked out, created a magical door, passed through it, and then when we came back to visit you, you had completely forgotten meeting us the first time.
So you had already taken me into your confidence, and then you came back to steal Alazif?
No,
No, that's not what happened.
Why
we
did
came back to read it.
and then you stole it?
Well, the
When you
headdress.
say Alazif talks to you?
Oh yes, it does.
Does?
Doesn't it talk to you? It talks to me. It's in my. I see it in my sleep. I see it in my dreams.
I look at the
I
professor.
know it so well.
Does it ever talk to you?
No.
Doesn't it call to you?
Oh,
No.
There are passages.
To
Of course.
know why you are using an instrument of evil. A weapon is a
I'm sorry.
weapon only if used in the hands of someone that is trained and skilled in its use. You are a danger to everyone with this knowledge.
I'm sorry, that's not what you said when you allowed us to use it over and over and over every single day we came to read it.
Yes, you wish to read it. That's before I knew you were going to steal it.
Here it is. It's right here. I'm not sure what the problem is. It was a misunderstanding. We brought it back.
So you've brought my book back, and you are leaving me with an evil sword.
Oh, no,
Whoa.
that's nothing to do with us. That's something that
You brought it!
we also have some notes on some rituals if you're interested in learning any of those.
Are you trying to save the world or end it?
Oh, are you trying to help the world, or
I'm trying
I think
to
she needs your help.
survive.
I think she needs your help with this sword. Perhaps your knowledge, you will be able to do
The
something
headdress,
to help with it.
the headdress did tell us that if we had the book, we could save the world.
Right.
That was the only reason we agreed to it.
So I think
It's very often correct.
Professor, we're trying to do the right thing here. We brought the book back to you.
that is the part I don't understand.
Why not?
Because thieves don't usually do that.
Oh, I
You're
take
not
out the
there.
first. I take out the first chapter. Look, I was translating it. Once I was done,
This is quite good.
well, we both. I can only take a little bit of the credit. Joseph here is absolutely brilliant.
My English is very good, and I read and speak Arabic, so
Yeah, we were
together.
hoping that we could just bring it back once we were done.
But there need to be fewer copies of this book in the world, not more.
We were told that it was essential for saving the world. And we didn't want to take yours.
So you took mine.
We didn't want
Borrowed.
to, but we took it. We were hoping to make a copy and then return yours discreetly. We were hoping you might not notice.
How long do you think it would take you to transcribe this monstrous work?
How many chapters are there?
There are 40.
40. Well, oof.
perhaps 40 days.
Ooh.
Very biblical.
I'd say closer to 2 months. I mean, we hadn't. That night went incredibly smoothly. I don't think. You got to give some wiggle room for something like this. Yeah, 2 months.
I have spent 2 decades reading this book. I've read it 6 times.
And I don't follow.
Well done.
Why has it taken you so long to read it so few times? Didn't you say the first time that it took you 3 days of constant reading?
Yes. But once you start to realize what you're reading, the first time you read it, the first 4 times you read it, you don't really know. But that
He's
5th
right.
time, vistas, unknown vistas open to you.
Mm.
How many times have you read it, Joseph?
Oh, I think it's maybe 7 right.
What?
Try to keep track. In the Dreamlands,
You have read Al-Azif 8 times?
maybe 7.
What if, how?
Oh, the space mead that Silvano gave me allowed me.
There's a copy of Al-Azif in the Dreamlands?
Oh,
That's-
we spoke about this, and we
Yeah.
already
Don't
discussed
you remember?
this.
You keep forgetting things.
Yes, they said that you were the one who told them about.
When
Yes.
you say you keep forgetting things, everybody make a psychology roll.
No.
Thank
I told them. I told them before that he's.
No,
60.
No.
60.
88.
Doesn't
89.
matter. I keep telling them you keep forgetting things.
Okay, all right. Oh yes, that. Silly me. So, you're just
Oh,
gonna
the sword.
the book and the sword here.
It's up to you, Doctor. You know best.
Yeah, we're deferring to your expertise on this.
Our primary goal would be to trap Nitocris, remain in the sword, and keep her encased in the sword under protection.
He looks around at the cage he's in.
Block of concrete.
The wards that I have here are formidable, but 2 items like this, the book itself is a beacon to every unholy thing on earth.
If
come
I may
into-
ask, when it's not being read, it's placed in another location, correct?
No, it's put in a box and it's kept on a warded shelf.
Good. There are 2 safe locations then.
Yes, if there is the warded shelf and this room, then
We
wouldn't
could-
one be able to stay in one and one in the other?
That's a good point.
And we don't need Al-Hazif to handle the sword?
If you're leaving them both here, no, I want to keep them as far apart as possible.
Okay. Would you need any materials or any assistance with setting up additional warding?
Perhaps a second cage like this that no one goes into?
Or just additional?
I would start working on that, yes. Well, look, you've given me what was mine. You've returned it, and I feel weird saying that I appreciate that, but it shows something. And you have brought this horrible item, which I will attempt to keep out of the clutches of anyone. I think it's best if you go.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Oh, he keeps forgetting things.
Perhaps we could
So-
write
so
some things down.
something-
I will not forget this.
No, but I mean, the sword is obviously dangerous. I'd feel much better if we could take some measures to just wrap, bind, seal, whatever we need to do with, even if it's temporary, just to prevent the possibility that it somehow takes a hold of you.
Very well. Let's all step out of the cage.
Okay.
He
Okay.
takes Al-Azif and he puts it in the box, and he closes the box, and he brings Al-Azif out of the cage with him. He closes the cage, and then he says, if you are amenable, I need to use some of your energy to boost these wards.
I believe Joan may be able to help you with that.
Oh, yep. Joan has plenty of energy.
Joan nicked quite a bit from us.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, yeah. She has the power to drain people around her of their souls.
Without their permission?
Yep.
Not something I did on purpose.
And the headdress has yet to teach her how to control it.
I get that it wasn't on purpose, but it still happened.
I still think it's the sword that did it.
The staves glowed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't the sword.
Very well, Professor, if you don't mind, and he gives you his hand.
All right.
All right. You take his hand, and the headdress says, "I can see the future, you know."
Yeah, and so you gonna tell me, or what?
Do you want my help?
Are you gonna be just a jerk about it and just yell at me all the time, or are we gonna work together?
Joan, get over it.
I'm a god.
Who's she talking to? Is she talking to the
Then
head teacher?
why do you need me if you're a god?
You're negotiating with it. No.
I'm not negotiating with anything.
I
I'm
have no
telling you.
physical manifestation.
That's me. And so we're working together now.
Ugh. Do you
right.
want me to tell you what's going to happen?
Does it matter?
Is this what it's like dealing with me?
Maybe. Okay. Headdress. What's going to happen?
He's going to die.
Everybody does eventually. I'm trying to talk to him in my head instead of out loud and saying things like that.
It's very hard. No one has been able to not like
Blurt everything out.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, I'm trying. But all right. We just need to get this done. Let's try it. Help us, please.
So the doctor has sort of been watching this very strangely, and then he puts out his hand.
Yep.
All right. And he touches the cage, and
Yes.
there's almost like the bad Star Trek The Next Generation force field image appears briefly on the cage. And you definitely feel some energy pulled from you. Actually, let me rephrase. Yeah, no, it's pulled from you, but you feel like you still have plenty.
Perfect.
And you actually hear the headdress like it's almost like it's musing to itself. You hear the headdress say, "She's the battery now." And Kafur looks at you a little strange, and then he goes, "All right, that has strengthened the wards. I am going to remain here and perform further rituals. But you should probably go."
Good.
And no one's
Sounds
ever
good.
going to go in this room again?
I certainly won't.
You should probably put up a sign or something.
Or seal it in cement or
caution
something.
sign.
Yes.
An elder sign.
Ah.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
can make. Yes, that's a good idea. It will take a little time, but I think I'll start doing that.
Perfect.
Joan knows the ritual and has plenty of energy.
But do you have that much time?
No, we don't have
Just
that
6
much
hours.
How much time?
6 hours.
How much time do we
You can
need?
sleep on the
Yeah,
boat
have you mentioned to them that you're leaving tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Yes.
How much time does he need? How much time do you need?
It's a
Doctor?
6-hour ritual.
First, I need to create the sign itself.
Right. So it's going to take a while. He can do it. He's got this.
Rather not leave this to chance if we can help it.
Yeah, this feels like famous last words.
Yeah, like how long does it take for you to inscribe the sign?
Well, if I'm just going to do it on papyrus with ink,
Well, no, here, like for doing this one, how
Yes.
long?
I'm going to first. There's the vehicle. I have to put it on something. I can't draw it on a cage,
Okay,
and so I would inscribe it on papyrus using ancient techniques that only we here at the museum are able to do. Normally, the artificers that do this sort of work, it takes days. I could probably do it in about 3 hours.
I think we have time to get this done tonight.
Are you sure? Because the last time you guys were doing this, was I there? No,
Yeah,
I
you left. You left, and then everything went horrible.
Well, it was boring.
Well, yes, it's incredibly boring. That's the maddening part. Ooh.
But if it takes 3 hours to inscribe it using the techniques, and then 6 hours,
The ritual isn't actually the ritual's only been 3 hours before.
Has it?
Three
Yeah.
hours is not a constant. Time can be slowed or sped up. It can go much faster.
We're running on empty, buddy.
Doesn't somebody have the ability to control time here?
Not to that. Wait, how much can you?
You can control time?
Alaziv has taught me about the fluid nature of time and how time is not a constant. It doesn't flow at an even rate, or our perception of it is not the same. If we had more time, I could discuss this with you, but I need your help. I have an idea, but I haven't fully realized it. I personally, I can
probably
slow time around myself,
but
but
it makes sense to me.
oh, you've read it. Of course, you must make sense to you. It's right there on the pillars.
I
The
read
7th
nothing
chapter.
about time in that book.
Well, it's all over the place. It's a constant metaphor in the book, Professor Doctor. I could show you if we had the time, but well, I could slow time for myself personally. I'm trying to determine how I can bend that so others can also experience the same thing that I'm seeing.
Are you
There
gonna
must be a
give
way.
it a try?
I could try. I would need further.
that
I'm
feels
not there.
that feels like something that we should experiment with when it's not as pressing.
We should wait till we're on a boat.
I do
We
agree.
have a lot of time.
Maybe over the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, to make the boat go faster. Yeah.
That's rather large. It's a little too large, and too many people are involved with that side of dilation.
I
don't have the
would.
energy
I
for
thought you
that.
meant the Duchess.
I would really like to spend 6 weeks relaxing.
Yeah, I could use some magic hit points back and some hit points back
And some freaking sanity back.
Oh, I was hoping to transcribe more chapters.
As
Oh
was
well.
I.
you do you, bro.
Well,
That's not
all
gonna
right.
happen now.
So it does sound like though we need to have some kind of ward on this room so
Okay,
people
yeah, let's
can't
get
get
started.
in.
Yes, I'm
What is
working.
the
I will work on it.
Can we watch?
I'll be honest. I'd rather you weren't around.
All right. That sounds fair.
But we're gonna help with the ritual.
I require no assistance from thieves.
Well,
I thought
I don't
we
remember,
split
but
that
you were
out.
incredibly impressed with us when we did the ritual last.
Nice.
No, you're right. I don't remember.
And we did it without blood.
You created an elder sign without blood?
Mm-hmm. I told you you were impressed.
There's so much we could teach you.
I beg your pardon.
Clearly, if you don't understand time dilation, and you've read the book how many times?
Well, but he can transcend space.
And this is where I take my hand and do this
Yeah.
and this over two people's mouths who have
We
to be
go.
male, and we just
go.
back out of the
Yes.
room.
Yes. Yes. I
He's a
help.
genius
I
in
help.
his own
I help.
right.
You can't
Alright,
talk unless you want to go strength roll the strength roll.
All right, let's
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. No, I like pin Yosef with a
Joseph.
look.
Yes. Thank
That
you.
is very much.
Thank
I
you.
will kill you.
I was just getting out a compliment.
So as soon as you are
Yeah,
leaving,
yeah.
Kafur turns back and he starts working on the ward. Anybody that wants to can make a Cthulhu mythos roll.
Sure, why not?
How many?
My
people
sanity is
have-
not a
How
great
many
idea.
people
but-
are rolling?
Nope.
40.
Nope.
Everyone not named Nick.
What the? What's wrong with you?
Now you see why Dr. Kafur didn't want you guys around.
I'm not rolling.
I
All
didn't
right.
make it.
I didn't make it.
Okay. Everything's fine.
That's a
No,
sentence.
he's actually he's gone.
And you're gone.
And away we go.
Yep.
All right. So unless you're doing anything else on the morning, you will be
Copper wire.
what now?
Copper
More
wire.
Copper wire? Yeah, the bazaar never closes. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can find some probably not stolen copper wire.
Yeah, I don't mind if it's stolen.
All right.
If it's cheap, then
Yeah, you find some cheap. You can find some copper wire for a good price. And you are going to be on the RMS Viscount. Will be it's not a luxury liner, but it's a perfectly serviceable ocean liner. And you will be leaving at 9 a.m.
Cool.
So about 7 a.m. you're taking the train from Cairo to Port Said, and then basically from the train you will get right on. You're booked straight through to Shanghai. Let's see, who might have. Joan, you might have been to Shanghai. Make me a luck roll.
And I would like to say that before we leave, we send a telegram back to Agent Rogers and tell him where we're going and what we're chasing down.
Okay.
and that Nitocris is in a sword, but hopefully sealed,
I
and that she heralds the return of the Dark Pharaoh.
All right. Did you make it, Joan?
Oh, totally. I got half. So that's
All right. So you have been
hard.
to Shanghai before. You know that their government shifts back and forth between being super strict and being super corrupt. And so it could potentially be hard to sneak things into the country, or it could be as easy as bribes.
I literally have nothing. I bought before we left, I bought an extra pair of clothes because that's all I got. At this
we
point.
have Donald's rifle though.
Yep.
Yeah,
we have
you
the
do.
rifle.
And my
Yes.
daggers.
Yes.
and various other guns, I think.
I mean, on the plus side, you're no longer sneaking through Egyptian artifacts. You know, that's a
Right. Don't have any of those right now.
They're just attached to you permanently, stuck in your body.
Yeah,
So,
you don't need to smuggle those staves anymore. You're welcome.
See? But I am going to get a headdress basically to put on the headdress.
Sure,
and
yeah.
I'm going to make it nice so it doesn't, I don't want to hurt it. I just want it to not be such an idiot.
What does it taught
Can you tighten it as it irritates you? Just be like,
Do you actually think I'm a necklace? Do you think that poking that eye has any effect on me?
Did it just irritate you?
No, I'm actually interested in the answer as a gauge of your intellect.
You're trying to gauge my intellect by asking me random questions.
Ooh, that's not like any professor she's met before.
Yep.
Look, I told you Kafur's gonna die.
I know.
If you send that telegram to that Rogers person, Rogers is gonna come here and kill them all. What did he do in England? Oh, that's right. He killed them all. The entire, whatever that royal family's name one that I'm omniscient and should remember, but don't.
Yes, Rogers is a bad guy.
No, well,
yeah.
I don't believe in good and bad. He's effective, but he's a blunt instrument. He only understands cleansing.
Well, all right. So
And
if
look,
you understand more than that, then explain to me what your plan is. You keep giving me little bits and pieces and things, and I'm not just here to run your little errands, Sirius. I'm very happy to work with you, though.
I don't understand. I'm telling you what's going to happen.
You don't understand? Mr. Omniscient don't understand? Serious.
Look, I'm telling you what's going to happen. If you want to do something with that knowledge, or if you want to play Cassandra, that is your own.
All right. So you're telling me that they're going to go kill Kafur.
Yes.
But why? Why would they kill Kafur?
Because he has items that Delta Green is trying to get rid of. And you're telling him he has those items. Just
who's telling him? Who's telling him? I hadn't tell him anything.
You're sending a telegram to Rogers.
Who's sending a telegram to Rogers? I'm not.
One of the ones that's warned me before.
Ah, all right. Oh, I will ask them about that, and we'll tell Rogers where we're going, but we don't need to tell him all the other stuff. That sounds like a good plan. Good on you.
He's gonna die.
So I'm going to talk to Emma and Silvano and say, are you guys sending a note over to Rogers, Delta Green?
Yeah, we're keeping him informed.
Yeah, but we're not telling him about the sword. We're telling him we're going to Shanghai, right?
Yeah, and about the sword.
Why? If you do that, he's going to go after him.
Because that's what we've been.
He's going to go. All right. So the headdress and I had a powwow. And it's saying that since we're telling the Delta Green people, they're going and killing the people who have these items.
Huh. Okay. It's time for a follow-up telegram.
Oh, so you've already sent it saying he's got it and everything. All right.
Well, hold please. Hold for a second. So
telegram, 2 letters, JK.
I have a problem with them killing Kafur, but I also at some point wonder if that's the wisest choice because he was, I don't know, fucking crazy. I mean, at some point,
yes,
Kafur,
he is crazy.
I mean, as useful as he is a liability. And I understand if that is Roger's viewpoint. And again, you're talking to the headdress who thinks that it understands what Rogers is going to do or whatever his motivations are, which again, fire is totally fine with me. But let's circle back and just say, out of the Rogers, Headdress, Emma Silvano, Kafur line, who's the weakest link here?
Rogers.
Is that a trick question?
No,
Yeah.
I know,
Rogers.
it kind of feels like a trick question because I'm beginning
Rogers-
to ask myself, who is the weakest link?
Rogers
I mean-
can't. Delta Green cannot contain Nitocris and
Right,
the sword.
right. And
Kafur
so if they
can't.
go after it,
yeah,
How do we
which they're
know?
going
They
to
kill
do, which you
him.
told them about.
So
Wait,
that's
Why can't we just call him?
Hold on. Why do we think that he can't contain Nitocris?
Yeah, why can't we just call him and ask him if he can?
yeah. I will. Have we seen him do anything? I mean, if he can, great. He doesn't need to kill Kafur. Either way, we need to get in contact with him and let him know that Kafur is containing it, and that there's very severe problems with it getting out.
You've
And-
already sent him a telegram, right?
So we're in
Yes.
Shanghai right now, right?
No.
No. Oh,
No, God's no.
Where are we?
We're in
We're still in
Mediterranean.
Cairo.
Still in
No, this
Cairo?
We haven't left yet.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, time for a follow-up telegram explaining in much more detail why we chose to leave it with Kafur, and then if you want something else done, please respond, and we will do that instead. But
Well, and
under
Agent
very
Nick-
good authority that he is a reliable means to contain this.
That's, I mean, yes, he probably is, but you also saw how he was staring at the thing. I do not think it unlikely that he might draw it and pull the queen into the world. Like he was staring at it like he wanted to draw
And-
it.
The
And-
weakest link.
And
The
Delta
weakest
It's a very
link.
weak link.
Delta Green might have a better way to contain it, or they might not. And so we
Oh,
might
no.
just out of the frying pan and into the fire situation.
Right.
If one of those soldiers goes inside there to take it and bring it to Delta,
Oh, yeah, he'll
Green,
just start
and it
murdering
compels
everyone.
the
Nitocris
soldier
will-
to draw
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we should not, they shouldn't do it.
So I'm sending a
Oh.
follow-up. I'm sending
Moving
a follow-up
on.
telegram because Rogers
Look.
already knows.
You're obviously
just
not an
saying.
effective leader if you cannot delegate to individuals who need to solve their own problems. Just throwing that out there.
We should probably warn him what the problem is, though, because if he goes in unawares, then
Mhm.
he may
Yes,
send someone
yes.
in who doesn't have appropriate guards over their minds or touches it unwarded. If they
Yes.
can get
I
a
will
word
go-
around
I'll
it.
go into detail that Nitocris is a immortal
Please
being
stop
that,
saying her name.
well, she's in a sword right now, so Nitocris.
Oh, geez.
You never know.
Just please warn them that the sword is
like
compelling individuals
Tidwell.
to draw it, and if someone does draw the sword and
Yeah.
uses it, that is what
Do
we
not
want to
touch
avoid.
the sword with human hands. We'll be in the
Or inhuman.
yeah.
Where's
No,
the-
no, don't touch it. Do not touch
Here's the
it.
thing is that
Don't
you
open
actually
the
have that
door.
incorrect. It's not about not touch. It's also about not touching it, but it will reach out and compel someone to touch it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't go near it. Don't go in the door. Yeah. No.
Okay.
I will send.
him,
I will send
warn
a
him.
series of telegrams.
All right. Warn him.
This is gonna get
kind of
expensive.
escalating, like no.
Is
okay.
it like 1 of 6, 2 of 6?
No.
We
Dude,
cut to
don't.
Rogers
Just
his
in case I
office.
did not drive the point home, don't go
No.
near this. It will possess you.
Don't
and
we
all
have a
evil
way
will
of
be
telling them
unleashed upon the world.
what the level? Don't we have a way of telling them what level of thing this is? And we just say it's this level.
In
It is the
your
level of
experience-
0 human interaction is the acceptable
There you go.
response.
Mount.
Not
In your
interact with
experience,
this.
which so far is limited, Rogers kind of is binary. Burn it with fire and end whatever the problem is, or don't deal with it.
Gotcha.
I can see why he and Emma get along.
Yes.
But yeah, we will, and we'll await a response from him, which will hopefully be forthcoming.
On the ship.
In Shanghai.
all
But
right,
I mean,
so you have
regardless, the information is to him.
you have boarded the Viscount at this point, and the Viscount sails off, and as it does, we get a montage of images.
Oh boy.
One image, let's get the comedy one out of the way first. Rogers, in his office, gets a telegram. He reads it, he reacts, he picks up a phone, and he starts to make a call. He then gets a second telegram. As he hangs up his phone, he reads the second telegram, he picks up his phone. He then gets a third telegram, picks up his phone, the fourth telegram. This goes on for 7 telegrams. The last telegram just says, "We really mean it."
My question is, which telegram does Rogers lose his shit, walk out the door?
Throw the phone across the room.
This at the 7th one, he has the most reaction you've ever seen him have, which is his jaw clenches. The second vision is Kafur in the museum. He's working on the ritual until he's sure you're gone, and then there's like a shimmer, and what was Kafur is now an older, portly man. Yusef, you might recognize him. Make an intelligence roll, but I'm making an education roll, but you're going to have a penalty die to it.
Can we do an inspiration to give you the die back?
No, he can just re-roll if you.
Education's pretty high, so he should be. Let's see what happens. All right, 57 is my worst roll.
All right,
that's a success.
Sure.
Education.
This the image you are seeing is local Cairo businessman Omar al-Shakti. Although I don't know why, so this is all something like you guys are having like a weird dream when you've been at sea, and you're like realizing, and al-Shakti reaches in, he opens the cage, and he reaches in, and he says, "Welcome, my queen," and he plunges the sword into himself. And the last thing you see is al-Shakti dissolving and some other form starting to come into being. The third image is one that chat actually inspired, and I just like, is somewhere in whatever his version of heaven is, the former Sword of Achmala is doing this. I forgot whose idea that was, but I quite enjoyed that. We also have another inspiration from Tamago Tora, because chat is trying to summon Tidwell.
That's one.
They brought up the point that his name has been said 3 times in Cairo.
No, it wasn't.
Two times.
It was said this 3rd time. That was the 3rd time. So you are on the Viscount, lovely ship. You start to sail out. The ship will stop in Mombasa. So if you wanted to go to Kenya, you could get off the Viscount.
We're gonna be practicing some amateur rituals, I'm hoping.
I'm also hoping that I can do something to get some freaking sanity back.
Yeah.
That will happen, sure. We'll do our skill checks, but we're going to do that offline.
Yes.
We're going to do that after the session so that we're not giving people the thrilling radio of watching us roll dice, which in fairness we've done before.
We have.
How do we get our magic points back?
Those will come back over. So over the course of this voyage, you're going to get your hit points all back. So you're all fully healed. You're going to get all your magic points back.
All right.
In Mombasa, the ship is there for a day, and they bring on some passengers. They get food and water and that sort of thing. By this point, you've been on the boat for almost a week. And in Mombasa, the headdress says she's here.
Yes.
Okay, and I will tell the rest of the team. Oh, she's here.
We should have let what's his name burn everything to the ground.
Yeah, no, the who's on all of the cruises we ever go on.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Duchess. Never mind. I thought it was the other lady.
No. Sorry, didn't mean that, but yes.
We'll just launch Sylvana at her, possibly with a trebuchet.
Ooh.
I've got the ether.
I think you're gonna need a lot for that battleship of a woman.
I'm gonna work on my fencing skills some more.
All right. So each of you on the first part of the voyage, you each get one skill that you can take an immediate skill check on. It can be one that you already have a check on. This is an immediate skill check. So let's start. Tiana, what is Alexandra practicing on this first part of the trip?
She reconnected with music with the older lady. So I think that she is going to be doing like singing, not out where anyone can hear her, but she's trying out her voice and where it is now.
Sure. Yeah, there's actually a music room, and yeah, go ahead. So make a was it performance for you? I think
It's art craft music.
Yeah, do it.
And this is I want to fail, right?
That's right.
Yes, I got a 50.
All right, so you gain a D10 to that skill.
Yay! Cool. 4 more.
All right, and as you are performing, one of the guys in the band hears you, and he's like, "Hey, you're pretty good. Do you want to perform?"
Sure.
Like in the club, we could work on some numbers. Like I'd be happy to, me and the boys, we have a combo. We could practice with you. Do something jazzy.
I'd love that.
Oh, that would be great. I really like you've got that cool kind of Earth Mother thing going on.
bit of a rasp going on.
Yeah. I like it. Well, let's make that happen.
I'd love that. Thank you.
All right. Joan, what skill are you?
I'm doing fighting swords.
All right. You are fencing on the decks, sure. So make a roll.
All right.
Is Emma going to work on her drunk swordsmanship with you?
Yes, I am. Actually, I was going to drunk sword fight, which means I start drinking.
Sword anymore.
She's just working on all of her drunken skills.
That's the drunken skills. I did make it. I did well. I actually failed it, so that means I made it.
You get a D10 to your fighting with a sword.
Sweet.
Yusef, what skill are you going to study on this part of the trip?
Well, Yusuf does want to do a lot more magical study with Silvana, but when we're not working together on our little projects, he still wanted to, his little hobby at the moment.
Actually practicing out a lot of things because I can't.
And we'll do that.
Yeah.
But his hobby, when his own personal study time, is going back to those medical texts and working on his medicine skill.
Okay, sure. Make a medicine roll.
This is a failure, which means
you get a D10.
Success. So 3. That's something.
Hey,
it's not nothing.
Yeah.
Get out of my head, Ezra.
Emma, which drunken fighting skill are you? Are you just going to start a brawl?
Yes.
Actually, my brawl is pretty decent, so I am going to work on drunk sword fighting because I do want to pick up another fancy sword.
So, just to be clear, you have to drink to do. You have to be drunk.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the question.
So the fencing club will not do this with you. They're very worried about you.
Fine. You know what? Then instead of that, because I already have brawl fighting checked and drunk sword fighting checked,
you can do something that has a check with this
and boost it.
Here's the question that I posed to the group: do I want to work on my sleight of hand / mixology skills?
Oh, I like that. That could be useful.
Let me just make you something.
Yeah, that would be useful. Slip.
Like, I don't know, because I kind of want to do a sleight of hand and just be real crafty with it, but then I also want to, be a bartender. Like, I don't know what it would be. Would it be sleight of hand or would it just be tend bar?
I mean, what are you cocktailing this like Tom Cruise? And you're like,
yeah, pretty much. Just working on.
It would be an art skill.
Yeah, this is art cocktail.
Craft cocktail.
Craft cocktails. Ooh.
I would definitely fail it.
All right, you have a D. You get a D. You know what? I'm going to give you 10 to it because it's a skill you've never used before.
Sweet.
And because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right,
this is the best way.
Okay.
I mean, so everything I'm doing is pouring into trying to make these little metal wreaths and instill energy into them and figure out like a ritual for that.
Like, are you trying to make more elder signs?
No, I'm making little mini aurora.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I'm trying to come up with a ritual to try and store energy in them.
Huh. All right. So
we can deal with that later if you want to muse on it.
Yeah, you're not sure like what is. Yeah, okay, yeah, you feel like something is happening, but you're not sure what. So that's the first week. Everybody gains 2 sanity from a nice, quiet, nothing's happening week of
Yay.
relaxation and fine dining and shuffleboard on the Lido deck.
And laying out in the sun,
Mhm.
drinking in that vitamin D.
Drinking.
Yes.
Oh yeah, drinking vitamin D. I got that. Yeah.
I mean, drinking too, obviously. This is us.
I definitely let Emma know how her cocktails turn out. I help with
I
that.
would say Silvano's like my guinea pig.
Yep.
I would totally stop by and try a couple of
Yosef
those.
is my guinea pig.
It's not good.
Hey, so Ezra, if I've been to Shanghai, do I have any language skills there? We'll talk about that.
Not unless you speak Chinese.
I do not right now. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking. Okay.
Yep. You could maybe try and learn some on the boat. That's a possibility.
That's a good idea. So that would be my next thing
All right,
that I would try.
It is the middle of the second week, and Yusef, make me a listen roll.
Okay. 20 is success.
All right.
That is a, hang on, I want to see if that's any hard success. No, it's a regular success.
All right. You are asleep in your room. It's 1 a.m, and you very clearly hear. It's not a big room, so you very clearly hear like your bag being opened.
Hello? Silvano, are you here?
Where is it? Where is it?
Where's what?
Are you turning on a light?
I'll look around first. So I see.
All right,
anyone?
there is a shadowy figure over your satchel, just like throwing papers out.
I'll turn the light on then.
All right, you turn the light on, and there's that moment where neither of you can see, and then you see Dr. Kafur. Like, he looks emaciated. He's got like 10 days of beard growth, and he's wild-eyed, and he's just like, he doesn't even acknowledge you. He's just under his breath. Where is it?
Dr. Kafur.
What
Hello?
he looks at you. What have you done with it? Where is Al-Azif?
I gave it to you in Cairo before we got on the boat. Are you losing your memory again?
God. No, that wasn't me, you fool. That was Al-Shakti. Why have you done this?
We went back to the museum with the book and brought it to you, your office. I gave it to you.
Why did
That
you
wasn't
steal
you.
Al-Azif?
We didn't steal it. It was a misunderstanding.
No, I understand very clearly. You took my book.
And I brought it back.
Why? Why have you done this? You've given Al-Shakti the book.
Who's Al? Oh no, that's what happened to you? Why weren't you at the museum?
They took me. Al-Shakti's men.
We need to go speak to Emma right now. Come with me.
Who's
Come
Emma?
with me. You'll know. You'll know. Come.
He's very easy to make do anything because he looks like he may not have eaten or drank in.
I have food. Let me bring it.
Of course you have food.
Here.
He eats it like he hasn't seen food in a week, and he
Oh my goodness.
drinks down some water. They left me for dead inside the pyramid.
Which one?
The pyramid at Meidum, the Black Pyramid.
Oh.
The dark. They're doing terrible things.
Well, let's hold on. Hold that thought.
Chris has returned.
Oh, we need to speak to Emma quickly. Let's go. Come with me, please. I know where she is. I'll go bring him to Emma's room, and then she can rouse the rest of the gang.
All right.
Knock on the door.
So yeah, you're all. All right. It's going to be a lot to have 6 people in one of your rooms. This is not a fancy suite one. You could block off the library.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there like a library or a meeting room that we can go to?
The library, the smoking lounge, and just close the door. It's 1 a.m.
Let's all go in.
Okay. So yeah, and Kafur is like looking around and he's just, why?
Why? What is going on?
What
How are you?
happened?
How are you here?
Yeah, how did you get here?
Oh, he can open a dimensional door and travel through time and space, or just space perhaps, but
Oh gods, you did that.
But we left you with the sword and, the book.
And the
Well,
book.
Shakti was wearing my face.
And
Who's Al
you
Shakti?
didn't tell me?
oh, that's troubling.
Who's Al Shakti?
Al Shakti
he's a-
is the head of the cult of the Black Pharaoh.
Yes.
That's true. Oh no.
And
I'm-
Nitocris walks the earth.
Oh no.
Okay, you didn't tell me about that headdress. You know the future? No. The future? No.
I told you he was gonna die.
He's here right now.
Pardon me, my use of pronouns was indeterminate.
Yeah, he
Al
was playing the
Shakti.
pronoun game.
Al Shakti is dead.
You didn't say he, you said confer.
You're the one who said everyone's gonna die at some point. At that point, I felt we had nothing else to discuss. I was trying to tell you that when you left, the person in front of you would be dead. You decided I apparently meant he would die of kidney failure in 37 years, which is what is going to happen to Dr. Kafur.
He's yelling at me. He's yelling at me again.
Can
Well,
he / they take a time out for just 1 second? Mr. Kafur,
Okay.
Mr. Kafur, so
Doctor,
you're saying that Nitocris is free from the sword, that Nitocris is where, and what is she going to do now?
she is now the head of the cult of the Black Pharaoh, and she will presumably seek to bring her prince back to Earth.
By doing what?
Horrible magic.
That ritual with the eclipse that you were talking about.
Yep.
So technically we have until January to stop her.
Yes.
Can we
Okay.
recover the book? You're able to traverse
between.
long distances instantaneously still, correct?
Yes, although this was near the boundaries of my powers.
But I'm saying if
Finding the door to this boat was very difficult.
It should be easier
Well,
to find
we
the door
have
back
to-
to your
we have to-
office.
Hmm?
Right?
Yes,
but
but
for
it's
now
some distance.
we have to get the other part of the stone.
The capstone.
You have to
Sealed.
get the
Mhm.
capstone. That's where we're going.
Al-Azif is in the library, and it's proper containment in the box in the special storage room that you prescribed for.
He
We
has
had-
Al-Azif.
We
Yeah.
handed him the box. It didn't go back to the shelf.
He has,
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to do a lot of cleanup now.
I say we telegram Rogers immediately.
I was about to say
Burn it.
Tell Rogers,
we have someone who will carpet bomb from orbit.
yeah, we don't care if that pyramid gets carpet bombed, right?
Yep.
No, we do not.
Yep.
God, can
National
Delta-
treasure schmeasure.
What was that, Ezra?
I'm musing on whether or not Delta Green would have the stones to firebomb a pyramid.
The
It's
stones.
Wouldn't do much.
They could drop stones.
That might
on
make
it.
some news.
Yeah. No, they could, but they could rate it. They could rate it.
It's really
I'm-
hard to like strange freak fire in Great Pyramid of Giza.
An earthquake.
I don't know who this Rogers is, but I have to go back and try and marshal whatever forces are left to fight Nitocris.
Can
do
you
you
wait
fight-
for us to come back with the other part of the key? What is the name of the stone?
Capstone.
The Eye of Light and Darkness.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Eye of Light and Darkness.
Where is the other part?
It's in Shanghai.
We believe it's in Shanghai.
That's more than a month away.
Yeah.
Well, we need it to seal that pyramid.
What happens if you teach us the dimension door spell?
Took me years to learn.
We
What
have,
is
we have time.
I've got 3 weeks.
we have 5 weeks. What is she doing now in Cairo?
And how powerful is she?
I think she's trying to, the cult was somewhat weakened with the death of Al-Shakti, and she's trying to centralize power around herself, and take control of all the various parts of the cult. She is, as near as I can tell, she's trying to also take over the English cult, the cult of the Black Pharaoh in London.
We have to start our own competing cult.
I thought we already did that.
It's a pyramid
Isn't that what
scheme.
this is?
Cult of Emma.
Cult of Emma.
And then
Yeah.
we draw on all the followers there, and we
What
suffocate
can we offer
her.
people in this cult?
Salvation, alcohol.
Murder?
Alcohol.
Fire.
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 Ooh, fiery alcohol.
At third
Ooh.
level, you gain the drunken sword fightings.
Yes, you do. If you become a disciple, I will teach you drunk sword fighting.
You're
Mostly a place to belong.
You mean 3 backup hotels to belong?
and so thus are the tenets of Emma. There
Yeah.
must always be a backup hotel.
So then would it be possible then, if you when you go back, to disrupt the various cells of the cult and keep them from uniting under her banner?
And be discreet and don't die until we get back.
One of those things is much easier than the other.
Do
I'm
the second
trying
one.
to build resistance and find men that are willing to fight, but it's very difficult. The government doesn't care. The Lion of Achmala is gone, and so that symbol of unity is missing.
Right. But if you are able to find the various pockets of the cult, because you said that she is trying to unite them after Al-Shakti's death weakened them, yes?
Yes.
If you're able to find the various pockets, you may be able to weaken those pockets and keep them from coming together to be strong, not necessarily by persuasion or drawing them to something else. Get rid of them.
Yes, but the problem is that you also want me to be surreptitious.
I mean, stealth is certainly better.
It's very hard to weaken a sect of a cult surreptitiously.
Yeah, we understand that. Yeah.
It's hard
Is
to
she
just
human?
make them feel bad about them, to lower their self-esteems.
No,
Is
I
she
mean
human?
No, I mean kill them.
Yeah.
I'm not a murderer.
Is she human?
Kidding.
Nitocris? I mean, yes,
So she is killable.
I suppose. I mean,
She was killable the first time,
thousands of years old.
Joan, has the headdress turned you into a formidable sorceress yet?
yeah.
Actually, can you make me a new sword of Akmala, please? Anyone?
We would need a sword to start off with. And then no, I can't help with that
Find
anymore.
on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Unless Joan's tired of the headdress.
Well, here's the thing: is that like Mombasa? What's our next?
Are
stop?
you?
Mumbai, India. You could,
Yeah, I was gonna say
something in
India's
Mumbai.
got some baller
You want
swords.
me to try?
I'm going to, so Vano wants the headdress back. And I'm really mad. Said the headdress didn't tell me that Kafur was not Kafur. It's not helping me at all the way I thought it was. I thought we'd had a bond. I thought we would, and so Vano wants to try to take it back.
I'm motioning, but it's up to Joan if I'm going to try.
you can ask anyone else that has warned me. There are rules to this thing. I can't just tell you. When I told you he was going to die, everyone I've said was going to die has died fairly precipitously thereafter.
I died too. So things happen, and you are just not helping. You are
And did
not
you die?
helping.
You lost a couple fingers.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and bit of your side.
Wow, they're
Fingers.
really downplaying.
Is there another thing you're not telling us?
No, her wounds were fatal. That
Okay.
crocodile took a chunk of her.
Big chunk out of me.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
were
but she
organs.
wasn't dead yet. So I'm trying to figure out if she actually died at some other point, or if she's just being like, that was lethal and I survived death.
I survived death. Yeah, no, I swear I was dead at that point. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe it didn't. You know, the heart monitor didn't go beep.
Oh no, you were going to die.
Yeah, I was gonna die.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I can see the future.
Maybe I should take the headdress back. I want revenge.
On the headdress?
Well,
Emma
a little bit.
scorned.
A little bit, but also I want to kill Nitocris. Dr. Kafur, can you dimension door us back to Nitocris? I need a new sword. I need a new thing. Let's just stab Emma Prime. This all started because of Emma Prime, and I'm very angry about that.
I don't think
I
he's
think
caught up.
stabbing Emma Prime was what started this whole problem.
Yeah.
I think Emma Prime was what was wrong with this problem.
You want us to go
confidence.
back to
No.
Cairo.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just saying, dimension door in, dimension door out.
I'm
I'm
he
not
said
a subway.
that, and he said that where we are now with the ship
it's
is
hard to get.
It's
I'll
back.
meet you in
hard.
Shanghai.
no.
Couldn't we just
Next
send
session is
our,
just going to be Amy and I.
Yeah,
the
no.
agent fellow and all those soldiers after her? Wouldn't that be a better option?
Yes, I think we tried to get a telegram to
Yes.
Agent Rogers.
And
maybe
let
when
him
we,
know.
maybe
You know
when
what
we
he'd love
land
to
in
get? A
Mumbai.
telegram from you guys.
Just one this time,
Yeah,
and make
just
sure it
one.
hits.
He
Kill
doesn't pick up the
them
phone when he
all.
gets it.
Yeah, we were wrong on all of the telegrams.
Oh no, we were not. No.
Nitocris is loose on the earth.
Earth.
Deal with her.
Please
it.
please help Professor Kafur weaken the opposing cult cells.
Yeah, there you go.
There we are. Because Agent Rogers may be a blunt instrument, but he works with people who are perhaps a little more subtle and can get in and do things.
Yes, I say we
So,
do it.
so the headdress.
We need some
What's happening with
assassins.
the headdress?
Nope, you're just
Not it.
no. I'm still. It's still here. We're
Still
still
here?
working on it. So
Working on it?
yes.
Okay.
The
Okay.
poking thing doesn't bother me. I thought we'd already figured that out.
Oh no, that's just my way of saying hi. I'm not trying to bother you at that point. I'm just saying you.
But yes, I think that is there a way to send a telegram from the ship, or do we need to wait till we make port?
No, there's a telegram on the ship. Yeah.
Okay, then I think we should send a telegram to Agent
Agreed.
Rogers as soon as possible,
Yep.
and have him rendezvous with Professor Kafur in Cairo, and work on things there while we deal with the capstone. We
Yeah.
are only the 5 of us, and we do not have. We only have a certain number of resources, and we need to find this damn capstone.
Yeah, we can't go back and forth on this.
no,
We have to
So
finish.
I should go back to Cairo and wait for this Rogers person.
Yes, wait for him to
Yes.
contact you. We'll tell
Work
him
with him.
exactly where to find you.
Well, I don't know
Oh,
if he
I
has
add
to
Joel
wait.
Kafur to the end of the telegram, or is
It's
that
like it's.
necessary?
Does he have to actually wait? Can't he start figuring out rituals? You could figure out a lot of stuff before Rogers gets a hold of you.
I mean, I've already started. I'm trying to build resistance among the tribes.
Yes, keep on doing that. But then we're trying to get you some more help.
All right. I tell him to look for me in Alwasti.
Now, Wasti.
Okay.
I am staying in Nuri's old hut.
Excellent.
All right. And he goes and he opens a door that wasn't there, and he steps through and closes the door.
Sweet.
He hasn't taught it to us yet.
Do that.
I asked him if he could teach us to us, and you guys are like, I don't have time for this, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't say that.
but we don't have a lot of time. Like we need him to get back and start to coordinate with
Yeah.
Rogers.
Yeah.
I know it would be nice to know it. It would be nice to have it, but there's a point where nice to
Damn that
have
lady.
and deal with this shit.
No, I know. Like I said, yeah, we can't be going back and forth.
No,
Yeah.
after this is done, though.
Yeah.
Stab the lady.
Oh, I don't need it after this is done.
Oh, you are
I'm
speaking
not
my
touching
language,
magic
Emma.
ever again after this is all done.
Oh no, we just started.
Right. Well, as soon as the telegram office opens in the morning, we want to go and send a telegram to Agent Rogers and tell him what's going on and what we need from him.
Actually, we could role play. I don't know if you want to bother role playing it, but I could get the telegram operator drunk on my bad cocktails, and then he could just send it for us like whenever, because he stays in the same room. So I'm just be like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
The telegram goes off, and Rogers will
wait for
Rogers waits for the follow-up telegram. When one doesn't come, the camera cuts to Rogers. Like once there's not a second one, he picks up the phone and he says, "All right, get me Donald," and then he hangs up the phone.
Yes.
So another week passes on the boat, and it is uneventful. You gain 2 more sanity back.
Yay!
Sweet.
Wow. I rounded the corner to 54. Whoa.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous at 29.
But the third week.
Uh-oh.
Night of Chris? Oh, it's Night of Chris.
No, it's the Duchess.
The third week, Silvano, there's a knock on your door.
All right, I walk over because it's certainly Yosef that has come to help test out the next batch of little serpent rings.
Every day.
You open the door, and standing there is Tidwell.
No!
Tidwell?
A message for you, sir.
Thank you. Is this your new? How are you?
I'm well, sir.
Well, thank you. Can I close the door?
Yeah. All right. He's gone.
Okay.
The note says, "I invite you, you awful little man, to a tea party in my suite." And it has it has the royal suite number on it.
Is it wrong if my immediate reaction is to open the door again and then toss it over the edge of the ship?
That seems like a perfectly legitimate response to me.
Because like that's the actual thing.
Yeah, that is no problem. So
I'll read the number, but I'm still like,
you open your door, you run out to the deck, you throw it out, and right beside you, you hear Tidwell say, "Shall I RSVP no, then, sir?"
please do.
"Very well, sir." So you all get a Tidwell appearance at your door with a card that semi-insultingly invites you to tea in the Duchess's suite.
Are you the butler from the Castle Vane in England?
Vane, that was it. Thank you.
Because Castle Vane.
I am under new employment after the unfortunate demise of my employers, sir.
Oh, who's your new employer?
A peer of the British Empire.
Oh, lovely. I'll be there then. RSVP me.
Wonderful, sir. I recall your taste in sandwiches.
Oh, excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not enthusiastic about it, but I'm going to say yes because it's better than avoiding her and her springing something on us.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm going.
Mostly
Right.
because I'm curious.
Yeah.
So everyone but Silvano.
I like my sanity gain. Thank you very much.
She's not an eldritch creature.
And
So-
tea?
For not being
yeah.
a luxury liner, the royal suite is lovely. It is 2 stories, and there's a sweeping staircase down to what looks like a dining room that has been set up for a lovely tea. The only thing that's going to happen in this whole thing that will challenge your sanity is watching the Duchess walk downstairs, which is a marvel of engineering.
Not only that, our feet too big for our
Nice.
shoes, and we just hear them go. "Arr."
Yeah. Oh no, there's like the noise you're hearing is the stairs.
Oh,
That's
I'm
T-Well
gonna sweep an appropriate curtsy for a duchess.
it's so wonderful to be properly recognized. Bertram! Bertram! Yeah, yes, dear. Bertram apparently wanted to try and avoid this. And actually, when the Duchess's back is turned, he mouths at you. And he takes his seat, and the Duchess, you may be seated.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Thank you kindly.
Where is the awful little man?
He's
The one who had the temerity to put his fingers in my mouth.
I'm sure that he is reasonable enough to avoid a further discussion.
Who's she talking about?
Silvano.
What did he do?
I'll tell you later.
We'll tell you later.
Put his fingers in my mouth. I thought I was quite clear about that. Do you speak English? You're rather brown.
Oh no.
I do, ma'am. I'm rather well educated. My understanding of the English language is very verbose.
Oh, it's so good to see proper education reaching out to the colonies.
I quite agree.
I like you.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. This is a wonderful tea service, and your butler is someone we're very familiar with. Actually, it's quite a coincidence that we happen to come across him.
You know Flidwell?
Oh, Mr. Tidwell, you mean? Yes.
Is your name Tidwell? Why didn't you tell me that? I should fire him. Bertram!
But he's so very efficient at what he does.
Could we hire him?
He does have the alarming propensity for showing up just when needed. Much as you do.
Me?
I was speaking of the collective you. Do they not teach grammar where you come from?
Oh, English is very vague, unfortunately, as a language, which I'm
Every
sure
time she talks to Yusef, she talks about a decibel louder.
Oh. It's very kind of you to invite us for a tea, Your Grace.
Well, I must admit that I have an ulterior motive that is slightly venal.
Really?
Yes.
How can we be of assistance?
Well, Flidwell here tells me that you are somewhat apt at procuring items that have been purloined.
Yeah.
We have our little skills. What are you missing?
You see, next door to me is some awful German man who has taken something that I prize quite greatly, a brooch given to me by the Queen herself.
The Queen? My goodness.
Yes.
Have you reported this to the captain and the authorities
I
on
would-
ship?
I would not speak to that Norwegian.
So how did he get this from you?
He took it.
Like right off of you?
Assaulted your person?
No, only the awful little man does that. No, he snuck in when Bertram and I were at lunch. He drugged Flidwell. I came back. Flidwell was asleep in the corner, standing up somehow. And my brooch was gone.
Could you describe said brooch to me?
It's a brooch.
Well, does it have a jewel in it, perhaps, or?
No, the queen doesn't give jewels away. It's a
She's got enough of
curio,
them.
which if you open it, has a picture, which on this side is me, and on the other side is me and the queen. It's a continuation.
Oh.
It goes all the way across.
Okay.
I'm familiar with this sort of curio. I've seen it before.
It's deeply, personally valuable to me. I would consider it a favor of the highest level. If you and your compatriots here could gather for me this item. My downstairs neighbors must be wondering what the hell is going on.
I'm sure Rachel is just cackling in the other room.
Will you assist me in this matter?
Only if, out of character, only if Rachel gets you a baronet or a duchess hat to wear when you play the character.
Yes.
Rachel, what do you say?
Something with flowers,
I
perhaps.
don't have anything in here, but we'll
And maybe
work
a
on it.
net.
We'll work on it.
So like a little hat that sits back here.
I'm
A
not,
proper English woman's hat.
I'm not
for
from the
the
cosplay
large.
school of role playing.
I have no
It's
idea.
of the mind, you know.
Cosplay is so much fun. Well,
How discreet do we need to be about this?
What a curious question. Are you indiscreet?
not usually.
I just wondered if just wondered if you wanted this to be a
How do you
uh,
know?
an embarrassment for
Yes!
the yes.
Yes! Rachel, I love you. Thank you.
Like a, I don't know.
It doesn't even matter how you wear it. There it is.
You have a little laurel wreath. I love it.
Ow. Something pokey in here.
There's meant to be hair between.
This is what I've been reduced to.
Yes. Welcome to our world here.
I'm a classically trained actor. I, of course, would expect you to be the soul of discretion.
Oh, I just wondered if you wanted to have him publicly humiliated or anything like that. But if that's not true, then that's cool.
I merely wish my brooch back. Bertram, you told me that these were the proper people for this job, but they want to publicly humiliate someone. I'm not interested in anyone being publicly humiliated.
Your Grace, you have to excuse my American companions. They don't always understand how the Brits handle things. I understand entirely what you are looking for, and we will get it accomplished.
I mean, if I wanted to publicly humiliate someone, I would fence them.
Just like scoot away. Scoot away from Joan.
Yeah. Bertram is like, oh dear.
Sip some more tea.
They are entirely American, but I understand, and we will take point on this.
Well, I'm glad there's at least one English person among a lot of you. Are you American?
Sorry, he's Egyptian.
Ooh, that sounds exotic. Do you speak in hieroglyphics?
Oh, no, I don't.
I love the stereotypes. This is wonderful.
Oh, I must have read that somewhere. Well, so, my brooch, sure.
I'm gonna like very, very carefully finish sipping my tea. set it down properly, rearrange the place settings in a very upper class British sort of way, get up, sweep her another curtsy, and take my leave.
All right.
I grab a scone, stick it in my mouth.
Can we have a few more bites before we go? I'm still eating.
I
Well,
just grabbed Yusuf. I was like, we need to get out of here. This is
I'm turning up the
I'll take
British
some.
aristocrat bullshit up as high as it goes.
So the door closes, and you distinctly hear the Duchess. Bertram, they acted like I knew them.
Right.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh
I can
my
take
goodness.
This thing off. That's like 3 sizes too small.
Welcome to cosplay life.
How'd the tea party go?
better than expected, but boy, we have a job now. You get to come and help us.
Ah.
My thoroughly American friend.
I say we just go ask the German.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, that sounds
I
like
mean,
a good
why
idea.
make it a big deal?
I mean, we could go to talk to him, or we could catch him when he's out at lunch and see what happens. We do still have ether.
We could always break into his room when he's not there.
Exactly.
Or just ask him. First of all, can we just find out if actually they're... First of all, before we break into the wrong room, let's find out who the German is.
It's the room next to her, she said.
So she said to handle this with
Who are you, and what have you done with Emma?
right?
I don't know. But I'm assuming there's a room on each side of her, right?
Yes, there are 2 more. There's
Okay.
the royal suite, and then there are 2 executive suites.
But utmost discretion, that's what she wanted?
That's what she
Yes.
wanted.
Okay, yeah, let's go talk to the German.
Because that's so very discreet.
Yes,
She's
very
mad-
discreet.
She's still mad at you, by the way. She says you stuck your fingers in her mouth, and that's
Mhm.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's not actually how it happened.
I know, I was right there.
All right, so that's gonna do it for a throat shredding episode of
Yes, there you go.
Always save the Duchess for last.
Yeah.
yeah, really.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she'll be first next time. Again, next week we're gonna do from 9:30 until 10, or until we stop getting questions. To a reasonable time. I'm old, so I go to bed early. We're gonna do a Q&A, a post-show Q&A. So put your questions. YouTube, you can put them in the comments. Chat, we'll take them from the chat, but also on Discord. We actually have a forum on Discord for Q&A questions. YouTube, don't forget the giveaway, and please, chat watching today, go to YouTube, put in the comments with a link to the donate for your local food bank. We will have a drawing from everybody that puts a link in there for that awesome gaming calendar. Monday, it's the Mitten. Amy is going to be in this chair, and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
told me that she's going to do the Duchess voice all night.
Yes.
Of course I will. I don't- Excuse me, Mr. Bond, but you must die.
Yes.
Oh, what if Blofeld were the Duchess? No, Mr. Bond.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So Monday, it's the Mid-M. Tuesday, the Chaos Agents are back, and they have actually blown up more boats than you guys have. So,
Yep.
challenge thrown, I think there. That's what we're saying.
Gauntlet thrown.
Those
Mace
boats have not
thrown.
been our fault.
And then Wednesday, we're finishing up Salt Marsh for the
Final
third
V2.
time.
I swear to God, I'm going to name this episode Return to Akupara, because
This thing has more endings than Return of the King.
ooh, shots fired.
We still haven't set up the haunted house. It doesn't end until the haunted house is up and running.
That's the
There
epilogue.
you are. I will give you that epilogue.
And then we're back on Saturday, and then Carbon 2185 is coming up soon. Thank you so much for staying with us. I think we're getting better at this, at the remote thing every time, but man, do I want to be in the same room as you guys soon.
You
I could have
guys.
yelled at Tom much more effectively as the Duchess. Would have been so much better. Chat, thank you. You were awesome. Thanks so much for the bits. You're putting in 5 which will leave you at 4. And I'm putting in 4, so we're putting in 9
Wow.
into the book, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And
Update that, Thomas. Update it.
What are our quotes?
the quotes. Thank you. The quotes are the Joan Hotel. I don't want to burn another hospital down because we don't know the meaning of subtlety. I don't want to see any magnificence. My personal current winner, it's terrible, but it's not the worst idea. We've got 2 problems. I don't think we have a plan. We're going to think something we don't normally do. Another one of my favorites. You guys have tiny minds. Tiny minds. And you left and then everything went horrible. I think I really like it's terrible, but it's not the worst idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right.
And we're gonna do our checks off stream.
Yeah, you guys can do your checks off stream. Cheat, I don't care. What the heck? It's not going to help you.
He's not
So
wrong.
thanks so much for spending part of your geekend with us. We really appreciate it. And that was horrible. It's like Charles Barkley. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, internet friends.
Bye.
Good night.